Hi, I'm just finishing something up. One sec. I'm just putting my deck files up because people are asking for them. One sec. One moment. Sorry, I'm not talking being interesting or excited just because I'm finishing writing this up so that people can have it. We're gonna do some Broken Arrow in a second though. You put up the soundtrack too. Hang on. Paste bin. Hey, what was your favorite CC Generals mission? Oh, I can't remember. It's ages. I just played tons of Skirmish. I played so much Skirmish. Played against the bots again and again. I loved it. Can I set a paste bin that never expires? That's how I'm going to put the soundtrack up. Paste expiration never. Nice. Paste exposure public. Yes. Create new paste. Because people have been asking about the soundtrack sometimes too. Oh, but I can't like make a line break in the movement responses. Shame. Alright, I got my deck files and my music. What more have people asked about generally? That's it for now. I guess you put my YouTube on it too, hang on. Favorite was the one with US with the carriers and battleships. I vaguely remember that. Didn't you get like an active ability to fire the battleships, like fire support? Anything with aircraft carriers was sick, especially as a kid. Aircraft carriers are cool as hell. I loved in Red Alert 2 the aircraft carrier units, like the actual units. That shit was awesome! Alright, now if you type !BA in chat, there, it gives you a link to the Discord thread I put my deck files in, and then it's got my music with a paste bin, and if I click that, it gives you the links, and then it links you to my YouTube channel. Okay, boom! Those are like 3 like frequently asked questions that I've been getting, so that should be good. Hi everyone, sorry, now that I've done that, welcome. Let's load up BA. I want to play Armor today. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Damn, World in Conflict soundtrack? Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's old school. Yeah, I got ground control in there too. A lot of old school music goes really well with this game because I was listening to Ace Combat soundtrack with this game last beta, but like lower intensity but still like strategic music is really good for like the right pacing, the right vibe to kind of keep me in the right mood. Like if I put in like music that's too frenetic, I'll play badly because I'll play too quick, I think. And a lot of the old strategy games have this really slow, measured pace to them, and that's the soundtrack I put together for this game before it came out. No, I actually thought about it. I was like, I need to have the right pace for this game to lure me into doing the right pace. Hang on, I want to check something before we do anything. My message says, it just struck me that this is the modern success of World in Conflict. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Defo. I want to see, or I want to make, the World in Conflict campaign in this game's engine. I think it would be amazing. It's like such a cheat code to get a good campaign, because the story and the characters of the World in Conflict campaign are already so good. And then if you did them with, like, the really in-depth, modern gameplay of BA, it'd be such a cool new way to, introduce a whole new generation of gamers to to a really good, like, game, basically, to the vibes, to the story of World in Conflict. You could work with the maps that there are, I think. You wouldn't need, you wouldn't have the one-to-one because you wouldn't have this, like, the Seattle map, but you just use, like, you know, one of the other maps. If Broken Arrow had the unit chatter World in Conflict has when you zoom in. War in Conflict? World in Conflict? Did they have unit chatter when you zoomed in? I can't remember now. Yeah, I bet, Heino. I should look that one up. MechWarrior 2... Excuse me. MechWarrior 2 Jade Falcon Ready Room. I'll look that up later. Hey, Trip Tappy non-stop. Yeah, I love that shit. That's like Homeworld. I love how Homeworld does that, you know? Alright, I couldn't get this to work today. I was trying to get the thing... I'm trying to figure out how to do it. You know, in the cinematics for this game, I'll just show you real quick, actually. Because if anyone ever figures this out with the editor, please tell me how you do it. I will owe you. Here, look at the display capture here. I'm trying to figure out how to do the GoPro angle with the camera scripting and stuff. So when it does this, or more impressively this, where it's like clearly welded to the wing. I really want to learn how to do that angle. I want to use it in videos, just like this. Fuck yeah, give me that. But I don't know how. I know how to attach to, but I don't know how to make it like follow the movement of the, and like the rotation of the vehicle. Because they use it for like GoProing of like infantry and helmet cam as well. It's great. I really, really want it. Anyway, if anyone ever figures that out in the editor, please let me know. I would owe you a debt. But for now, I want to play Armor today, and I just want to test the effectiveness of Bradley versus Javelin, because I've been thinking about Bradley versus Javelin. I've been thinking about... AMPV, sorry. I've been thinking about which I want to take more of in my decks. Busk 3, APS, and Engine. Brat, Iron Fist, Bushmaster Javelin. So you're paying 45 for Bushmaster Javelin, Brat, Iron Fist. I'll compare that. I'll compare the costs in the arsenal, but for now I just want to test the actual like performance. Brad's really good now with the faster aim time. Yeah, I want to see how they go. They're not on hold fire here, which is a mistake of mine. Whoops. So it's interesting because even though I think the TOW has to wait until it's landed to fire another one. Why aren't we firing another Javelin though? We're just holding it. Yeah, the faster aim time, but then the Bradley has to like reload afterwards too. Hang on, just hold. Hold fire. Let's test it on the Hemet properly. Tow away. Now you're reloading. But your reload time... Wait, weren't you finding your tow? It's okay, it is a bit longer. Let's do the test properly. Let's start on hold fire. Because I think also the thing is that the Javelin AMPV has only 4 Javelins, whereas we have 12 tows on the Bradley. So I'm thinking for open country fighting, like real armored fighting, where you can't always get resupply very quickly, the higher ammo on the Bradley might matter. But I want to just see the performance in general. Also, we weren't even ready to go yet. Start that again. The Javelin wasn't even ready to go yet. Camel says AMPV mostly paying for the bigger capacity, right? Well, Javelin can also fire on the move, is another thing. But yeah, the extra seating is also a thing. So wait until the Javelin's all done up. Try to blame Bradley? Yeah, briefly, yeah. Yeah, Brads are really good, Powerless. Also, if you don't take the APS on them and you keep them cheap, you can get them for like 70 cost, which is nuts. Like, you don't need the APS, it's just fun. But you don't need it. Okay, so this is same. The tow goes faster, if that matters. So you get 2 tows out long before you get the second Javelin out. So the upfront burst is way higher, but then the Bradley has to reload. But, now that's so interesting. That's so interesting. So, even though there's a long reload time in between the double tap burst of the toes, you still don't fall behind a Javelin's total rate of fire. You never fall behind the total rate of fire of the Javelin AMPV. That's very interesting. So right now, you fired 3 and we fired 3. So it's kind of like, I guess you have the same sustained rate of fire of ATGMs, but the Bradley double taps 2 of them, which would get through APS, I imagine. That's cool. I was worried that the Bradley's rearm time would get it in trouble there. Also, we are out now. Oh, I thought the Bradley had 12 toes, but only has 7. That's not as good compared, but I guess that's because I'm using the Recon Bradleys, which do have 12, I'm pretty sure. Take me further to move, right? That's right, yes. Also, there's more autocannon ammo for the Bradley, if that matters. I love hearing the autocannons go off. Okay. Were they have an odd number with a double launcher? Yeah, it is weird. Bradley with top attack. Oh yeah, I forgot these are the top attack toes, aren't they? Yeah, so you're not even losing out on power either. I forgot that good Brads, modernized Brads, get the top attack toe, the Saber. Because I was thinking, oh, you've got less damage, but no, it's actually, it's totally fine. So it's just when you lose, the thing is that when you fire on smoke, I think Javs tend to hit into smoke, whereas toes fail. So smoke will spoof better, but that isn't always accurate with the Jav, like, it doesn't always work. Like, let's go on the Armada here. Oh, well, I mean, what you should do is go 2 Armadas. And spread them out a bit. Do you know there's a formation thing in this? If you go control... left click. Hey, let me do this in the fucking game, Steel Balalaika. Fuck you, let me do this in the game. You can drag out so much further. Let me drag out this far in the actual video game. It'd be so much easier to control. Or you come back to here anyway. I don't want you over there right now. I just wanted to show the feature. But I want to spread you out a bit, because otherwise you're going to smoke each other. You gotta point them at the one that's gonna shoot them. Alright, and play. That'll be an awesome game. I know, and I wish. Okay, so you're in this Armada, and I imagine you're not gonna be able to do any damage because you are going to not have the rate of fire, whereas you hopefully are gonna pop the Armada on your own. Not accounting for smoke. Okay, so there's APS. I don't know if it's quick enough. Yes, it is. Okay, so that is obviously a lot better. That's a lot better. That's very impressive. So an AMP Javelin can provide support, and, you know, in groups, but can never on its own do the job. And it's so interesting, this keeps happening. I think the auto-smoke logic can't handle these teams that have a faster rate of fire like ATGM launcher. It doesn't understand. So, if the player isn't on the spot with their own personal smoking, which they often will be with an Armada, but it is worth noting that what do you call it? A twin-linked? Because it's no ripple firing, it's not twin-linked, it's ripple firing. With a ripple firing ATGM launcher, it seems like the AI doesn't auto-smoke. It's very cool. Beaks, hello. Hey, Boofus, what's up? It thinks it can handle it. Yeah, because it doesn't really understand how the ripple fire is working, I think. Which is very, very interesting. Also, the other answer is a combo of them would be probably even better. Would you one-shot him, or does that pop the smoke? Okay, so Bradley stock's going up right now for a true armored deck. Bradley stock's definitely going up. If you fire 2 of them at once, it's like the weapon squad thing where they actually do pop smoke. Probably. Yeah. So if you fire both at once and the tank has smoke, it's actually kind of not ideal. Whereas if you fire at different targets, and of course a player will probably pop smoke anyway, but it's just interesting that you're kind of better off splitting your fire in a big tank fight with your Brad so that you don't all get hit by the same smoke reaction. See, in that case, they did smoke. Also, I guess with the overkill stuff, when tanks do, it kind of fucks each other, because in a big tank fight, auto smoke fucks you, because if you don't smoke all your tanks at once, the ATGMs will just redirect from the smoke tank to another tank. Does Javelin target like Toe? Yeah, you just saw it, and you can do it manually as well. Oh no, you can't. I thought you could. Maybe it has to be before a certain point. Brad's especially good cheap way to need a zillion ATM GMs. Yeah. I used to do cheap Brad spam, like 70 pointers of APS, and then I moved up to like the more costly ones of APS. But I don't know, I think, ideally I think you have a blend of both, but it's hard to tell them apart at that point. Okay, so you can redirect. You can redirect. You can redirect the whole way, yeah. You'd be like fucking wanted. But you have to have line of sight. And it can kind of fuck them up. They're also just cool units. I love Bradley's, probably one of the best units in the game. I was starting to think that they didn't have much to offer compared to the AMPV, so I'm glad to be wrong, you know? That double toe really is a difference. Rate of fire matters a lot. So what if you fire both of these at once? Oh, right at ATGM, so I'm gonna run it again. That's so funny, Benny. What the hell? Cashionita says, just killed 2 set V3s and the ambush of Rangers was sick. That is sick. Good job. That's super sick. This should pop smoke, right? But it'll also get the jab straight in. No, okay. So, yeah, you don't really want to focus fire unless smoke isn't going to be a factor. I guess. I don't know. With them. You probably... Well, that's good, though. That's good, because that means that in the busy micro of a fight, you just let these guys attack move or just sit there. Or be on reverse, and then you micro your Seps instead. Your Seps and Feps. But that's good to know. Okay, so we like Bradleys, and I'm probably gonna use more Bradleys again today. 125 to 135, they're that bit cheaper. But yeah, you just cannot argue with the extra performance of the toe there. That's quite impressive. AMPV is still good for APCs. Also a bit more health on the Brad. They've got 17 health. Base optics are a bit better too. Forward speed. Speed is the same, because it's the same chassis. Is it the same chain gun? Okay, I think the chain gun might be like a little bit better. Engineer says, I killed 4 Kiowas with 2 killer eggs. Oh, that's awesome. We're using Stingers or Gatlings? The MPVs are 30 mil to Bradley's 20 mil, yeah. Gatling, of course, nice. Yeah, only 6 seats. Alright. That's cool, though. I kind of want to do a little bit of science. I want to do, like, a tank range, like a tank fight. And I kind of want to do a little bit of science, of, like, what's the ideal... Take me somewhere else. Take me to... Oil refinery. I'm gonna eat my other crumpet. I got a honey crumpet. Oh. Let me put on my tanker hat. We're doing tanks right now. Well, it's both. I've got either I'm the airborne and Kuma's the tanker, or I'm the tanker and Kuma's the airborne. But right now, I'm commanding the tank. Okay. Invalid file name. Oh, you can't have apostrophes. Okay. the classic tank fight. One of the most tanky areas in the whole game. Give me some units. So give me, like, a few different battle groups here, okay? Give me, like, fully done up set V3. Let's think of this like a early rollout. Let's say we have, I don't know, how much money? Like 1,500 or something, or 1,200. Okay, so one SEP. 2 red CFEs, and these ones do have the 12 toes, which is awesome. Do not like this. And first and plus 3. Man, I want to keep streaming this game every day, but there's like this little bit inside of me that wants to just lock myself in a closet for a month and make like a World in Conflict style single player campaign for this, you know? It'd be so fun. Fuck, I want to do it. Like voice acting. I want to go to the Discord and like ask my friends, like Mongo Beef, you want to voice a character in this campaign? I want to do it. It'd be so fun. Takes me back to like when I first got into Operation Flashpoint and Arma and like making missions in the editor. It's just fun. Okay, so let's say we have 2 of these, right? 2 CFEs. I usually run at least 2 when I have them. 2 Bradleys to a set. I'll be your Bannon. Thank you, Barley. Because I was realizing this yesterday is that it's really good I'm using the trophies. The trophy FEPs as part of Combined Arms operations now. That's something I wasn't doing before, and I'm doing it now. But I was recognizing the limitations of Marine Armored versus Armored is it's hard to be as good at actual tank platooning. They're perfect. They're just as good as an Armored spec for working with other units. But if you just want to go around being a tank blob, it's kind of hard. You can't go past Armored because the Bradleys really make the groups. You can't just roll up with the tanks. You need to have like a proper combined or not combined arms, but a proper mechanized platoon. CFVs. You need Shorad. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with the Hellbrads, but I was trying the Hellbrads again. I'm just worried that with a Hellbrad, I'm going to run out of ammo that much too quickly, which is why the Stinger Brad is... But then this one can actually help with the tank fight, so it's like always useful. Ideally, you would have one of each. Ideally, you would have a Hellbrad and a Stinger Brad, I think. But that's not the world we live in. Maybe the other ideal is that you bring some other Bradleys, and then you have like another Bradley, and then you have a mech Stinger in there. Nicholas says, good evening. Good evening. What are we at right now? We're probably at like 160, 135, 135. So that's 280, 270. Do the math for me. 270, that's 165, I think, fully upgraded. So that's 370, 430, 435, 435, and then you got this, which is like 385, so 435, 37. 7, 3, 3, 4, 6. I lost count. 7 fucking something. So you got like 250 more points. So you could, if you did a late rollout and you had enough money, you could roll 2 SEPs. But I'm thinking, oh, it's just broken arrow on the front, cute. I'm thinking that the way to go of an early rollout, especially when you have all the APS charges and everything else, is probably to go not SEPs. It's not fully trophy SEPs, but go the basic SEPs and go 2 of them instead. Because otherwise, you could only fit in like 1 more of these, maybe. But if you don't do that, and yet, okay, let's do different battle groups. Okay, so this is one battle group, right? This is 2 Chadleys, or 2 Radleys, sorry, 2 Seps, and a linebacker. And honestly, this gets more expensive because you really need to have at least 1 of these gremlins full of cargo. And ideally, I think you would have 2, so you'd have to be very careful with this one and have to be chilling like nearby, but not too close. And you can't go too far with this, obviously, because Maverick runs. You gotta be careful. The more tanks you put in one area that are expensive, the more likely the enemy's gonna sacrifice a Frogfoot or an A10 on you. Which is another reason why going the expensive Seps in a pair like this is probably not a good idea. Fill it with cargo. Spies and cargo, 5,000. This game's single player too? Yeah, it has a campaign, yeah, and you've got an editor where you can make your own shit. So that's one group, but then the other group would be... You don't go the full Seps, you go basic Seps, but you go 2 of them. Because you could also just go 1 trophy, I guess, early. To make this other shit work. 2 basic seps, for sure. And that's like under 500. This is like, what, 4? I think this is like 4 something. So you're kind of filled up again, but you're like not cheating as much this time. And you could try to fit in, for under 1500, some either AMPVs or Bradleys. AMPVs you could fit in like 1 AMPV with a bunch of guys in it, with 2 squads, or you could do 1 Bradley with 1 squad. Bradley ESV is also a consideration of this group, I guess, because it would, if you haven't got early artillery, it'd make it easy to deal with enemy infantry and buildings. But I think the autocannons probably do that enough. So I think just add more ATGMs to the mix. So you do like a basic Bradley. Maybe you don't put all the APS and everything on it. Maybe you just keep it cheap. But let's for now say that you do. A basic Bradley. And then you put like a mech rifleman AA in it. So you could do that as well. Because that's like going to be like 115, 135. Plus 60. Mech Stingers are actually really good. So like another 200. It's a bit safer against AA. Prof says, if you were an Armored Striker, you get the good shreds. Yeah, but Armored Striker... Okay, so the Shorad... The Striker shreds are really good because they can duel enemy AA on their own. But I'm almost kind of falling off them a bit because they haven't got any smoke, which makes them really vulnerable to Maverick runs. And just in general, if you miss micro them at all, you get really fucked. Like, if they lose the 1v1 against helicopters, which can still happen, they're really fucked. And I'm actually kind of wishing for the Shorads again because they're tougher and they've got the smoke. Funnily enough, the Bradley Shorads, that is. Again, ideally you'd have a bit of both. And they're cheaper, which is really nice. Especially about the Hellfires. Or, does it cost you anything? I don't remember. Anyway. Maybe when you roll out like this, you have to only have 1 SEP, I think. You can only have 1 SEP if this is like a rollout group. You bring a linebacker, and that's still plenty. The micro is the key here, because you need to make sure that in general fights, you know, everyone probably attacks online, and the recon brads go first to tank for the SEP first, for in ATGMs and in recon and stealth. But if you get into a fight against a cannon, or cannons of any kind, like tank cannons, you need to micro the Bradley's back, and you need to let the Abrams do the tanking. Because at that point, that's what you bring that armor for. Yeah, you gotta have that smoke. LavAD on top says, or LavA on top says Mapping Wins. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the smoke is really important. Striker Shred is ridiculous in tank fights, though. Double deck HE Hellfires 800 meters is crazy. Yeah, and the fact that they can combo all of their missiles is crazy, too. Like on helicopters as well. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. So this is, instead, you have 2 of these. And I think when I play Armored Airborne, I need to use my Kiowas more as well. I need to remember to use them. Can you get low in the trench? Give me Kiowa. I've never played helicopters in the trench much yet, but I want to test it here and see if I can get away with it. Probably. Usually with flying low, when you get caught by stingers, it's just because, like, you're settling in, you haven't got low enough yet. So we'll try it. Maybe you go another Bradley with more mech AA. If these weren't all recon brads, but you do need recon. No, the Seps have... The full Seps have, like, pretty decent optics. It's like 1750. I guess it's not the best. Recon Abrams, Recon Abrams, Recon Abrams. Is indirect Hellfire attack an option of body lasing? Sadly, no. It is not. If you can get the Hellfire to launch, you can lock on after launch like that, and you can kind of curve it, yes. But you can't get the launch platform to fire without line of sight, unfortunately. 1750 is 4 con side distance. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's pretty reasonable, honestly. The Sep V3 getting that extra optics is nice. And we know that it matters Because when you're getting fired on by tow teams, just like stinger teams in the woods, because they're soft launch, they don't really reveal themselves when they fire necessarily, unless you're really close. So high optics on tanks, just like high optics on helicopters, matters for that reason. Because, maybe not for being a traditional recon, but for spotting what's hitting you when it's coming at you. So it's really good to have optics. Ideally a proper recon, but it's really good to have high optics in your groups for that reason. Haven't seen many recon tanks. Well, it's because you're paying, like, top-tier prices, but you're not getting the APS. That's why you don't really see the Sept-2 played a lot, I think. Also because the recon tab is usually stuffed with other things. But it's not a bad tank. Maybe if it was, like, 280 or 290. But then that's probably too cheap compared to 250 for a Sept V2. To just straight up get the laser, the .25 stealth for woods fighting, and for just, like, if you're up against a tow team that has no recon, like, that cuts their range down from what? A tow team with no recon has 1200 meter optics, probably. And if you have 2.5 stealth, that's by a quarter, you're, what, cutting that down to 900 meters till they see you? That's a lot, actually. Like, the stealth does matter. The stealth can matter quite a bit. Yeah, and they take recon budget, yeah. It's something to consider, like, maybe even there's like an armored rollout where you don't bring so many Chadleys, but you bring a Recon Abrams. Because you're only paying 50 more than the Sept V2. And like, it does get towards that cost for the full trophy Septs, but, you know, it's something to consider, because normally I'm bringing in 240 cost Septs. So you're paying 60 more. But if you only do it once, it's not that much. If you do it on both tanks, it probably is. But if you only do it once and have one recon Sept, then you've got that one. Hang on. Okay, so... Wait, I fucked this up. Oh, thank God. Control-Y does work. Okay, good. So here's one rollout. Hang on, then we need a new one. Wait. I'm trying to make lots of different battle groups here. Different ways. This is kind of like advanced deck building for me, right? Come and do it in the editor and think about what I actually want my force to look like, not just what my deck looks like. I want to make a deck practice run, like deck pressure cooker, where I have like a whole bunch of defensive enemies set up, or enemies pushing me set up, and I see how well my decks run, like do testing. Nice and quick and fun and easy. I'll make like a little mini game scenario for me, basically. I think it'll be fun, but I haven't had time yet. Well, let's say one Sept trophy. Okay, so that group is kind of that group. And you've got the two basic Septs, but it's very similar other than that. But let's say... Okay, so redo the group. Let's say you've got the whole group again, but you don't bring double Chadleys. Maybe you bring... no Chadleys, you bring the Recon Sept, and then another Sept. And then you bring... I feel like you still do want them going forward, especially because they have APS. You don't want the recon tank leading for you. So you would still want... I feel at least one. At least one. So this is like a very finicky setup then. But then you would have... Okay, like... This is getting fucking finicky. I don't know if this is worth all the effort and the complexity of adding the recon one. It is just something to consider, though. Like, just throwing it in adds more recon in general. It's worth considering. Like, go on, finish this up. And I want to play because I'm getting antsy. I want to play. But what would this look like? You could have a normal Bradley as well. So you wouldn't be leading with two. You'd probably lead with one. You'd probably lead with a pair of them. You'd probably have the CFE and the Sept. Kind of... I wish there was formations in this game. Kind of like an echelon. Or I guess you just be in a column. Doesn't really matter in this game. You can shoot through each other. But then you're an easy target for line bombing. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I just like echelons because they're prettier. And you have this Bradley that has stingers in it. So do you want two stingers? You could cut this one and just bring two stinger troops, and then you could push up to buildings and leave the stingers there. Seems way too vulnerable to losses for a rollout. Yeah, you've got to think about redundancies, definitely. But that's why I guess it's good that you have two recons. You probably take the money you save. Where's the recon one? This is the recon one. And put in some Cav Scouts or some snipers or something. Maybe not Cav Scouts, but maybe some snipers that you drop off somewhere. Maybe this is for getting like early... oh, you haven't got snipers in this, but you got airborne snipers of airborne armored. Maybe this is for like early... getting like early map control. Because you can obviously do Cav Scouts as well. I mean, it's probably better, not rather than snipers, is to do Scouts. And then you can drop off Cav Scouts and Mech AA in the same spot, which would be cool. Palace says, I think I prefer 3 Chadleys for the price of 1 tank. Yeah, I mean, the Chadleys are really good. And probably as long as... people don't roll out a ton of heavy armor or barbs and shit early, I think. So as long as you've got 1 Abrams to fight enemy armor if you run into it, you probably don't need 2 early on. I think you need 2 later. But, you know, you're right, you probably don't need that many of them early on. And it's less eggs in one basket, too. You probably still want to have Shorad out. But I guess your aim is to drop these squads off for later. If you had a 2-man squad, you could go TOW and snipers, but unfortunately airborne snipers are 3, so that would work with marine armored, but not with armored airborne. If you have an AMPV, it's not a problem, of course. Whatever cargo could you stick in there? Yeasty Scouts. They look like little deer. It's really just mech rifles and mech engineers at that point. You could just stick an airborne TOW in there. And set up an airborne TOW, a mech rifles AA, and a Cav Scout somewhere. They're a bit flimsy on their own, but as a cheap set of tripwires to leave to be annoying, it could get some value. Especially with the recon unit. Iron Steel says, I feel like the armor airborne deck I made is lacking in offense. Yeah, that's kind of the thing of airborne, I think. I feel like my units die so quick and I have nothing left to push with. I think they are trading well, but I'm wondering now if I need to build something else. I don't know, I know I'm very good at this game as well, lol. So armor is good at pushing, but airborne isn't, in my opinion. Airborne is great on the defense, not great on the offense. Armor is good at pushing though, but you have to be microing those vehicles well. I'm going to play Armor Airborne today, Iron Steel, so hopefully if I do a good job of it, you can take some pointers from me. If I do a bad job of it, we'll be sad together. Crime says, mech riflemen kind of feel like the worst of the grunts, so they're kind of into badly. I used to think that. And in a sense, like, for single units, yes, but they're insanely cost-effective. Because they're one of the few units, like Marines, they almost have, like, the Marine ratio of cost per man. Marines have 95 points for 13 guys, whereas Airborne, for instance, pay 8 for 8. Rangers pay, like, what is it, 80 for 9. Strikers is, like, 90 for 9. But Mech Rifles pays 50 for 6. And so if you pay 100 points for 2 Mech Rifles, you've got 12 guys, which is almost Marine levels. And they have similar weaponry, right? And so there's a pro and con. Both your units not being in the same unit, only 6 armor, yeah, they're not as good. But both units not being the same unit means con, you have to do more work to micro them, and they can be killed by AoE twice as fast, which is a big problem. But the fact that you can split them up makes them also more resilient to artillery and bombing if you have proper spacing. Because you can't split a Marine squad in half and be like, only one half gets bombed by an airstrike, but you can have 2 mech rifles and put them in different spots, and now the enemy has to airstrike both of them, or artillery both of them, which really cuts down on the cost effectiveness of airstrikes and artillery. Especially now that airstrikes take like 7 to 10 minutes to recycle. So I think the strength of mech rifles actually is in that you're getting very similar cost efficiency as other good infantry squads, but you can split them up. You know, you're not linked up. Iron Steel says, I think I'm relying on the airborne much more in my deck some week when pushing. Yeah, you need to get comfortable with tanks, definitely. Iron Steel says, I'll get the champagne and tissues and be ready for both. Good speed bumps. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is just like the TOW teams, I keep them cheap so they're good speed bumps. Mech rifles and mech MMG and mech engineers are all very cheap, so you can put them somewhere and forget about them if that's what you want to do. And they'll be great for that, you know? So you have very cheap infantry opportunities with Armored Air. Anyway, looking at this, what's my favorite looking one here? Probably the simplest one, which is Chadley's. No Bradley's. If I want to bring infantry, I bring in an AMPV, perhaps. Because if I want to do this, I have to take some AMPVs out of my deck and add Bradley's, which I don't super want to do. But I think I will consider just rolling out the single tank. Okay. So that's cool, but now I want to go take a last look at my deck and then play. So the Mex says, Beast, give me a tip for Armored Air, so let me find the clip. Oh, thank you, because I've already forgotten what it was. Ram says, Mech Engineer Bradley is cool looking. I think Plow is just cosmetic, though. I think with Armor Air... Where is my Armor Air? Here it is. I can play it with the AMPVs, where you've got all your eggs in one basket. And it's cheaper because you only have to bring in one transport. And it's a tough transport, and the Javelins are good on the move. So it's really good for an assault. This is an assault vehicle. Because you're firing on the way in, you never have to stop. Terrific. Better than Bradley's for making a push. But for actual armored in the open play, what you this is for actually getting like a dedicated infantry force into a point. But for playing armored, what I probably would be cool is having Bradley's instead, especially for 60 points if you don't bring all the bells and whistles on them. Bradley's instead, and then just remember to actually bring mech troops inside of them, like mech AA. And then I think the tactics there is just leave them in there. The infantry squads are very cheap. And then when you, as the armor, roll through a zone, just dismount your infantry and let them stay in the town to cap it. And then you go on and do something else rather than sitting there defending it with your tanks. You can either go back and resupply, you can go to another zone if you didn't take much damage. You know, you have options. But you've actually left a legitimate fighting force in the town, so if the enemy tries to take it back again, it's not that simple. And that's kind of a style I want to try, but I would have to cut a lot of airborne to fit a lot more mech, you know? Because right now I'm maxed out on how many mech squad transports I can bring, so I'd have to cut AMPVs, which I could. If I'm playing more armored heavy, I could cut a bunch of the AMPVs and go for Bradley's instead. But if I want to play more air heavy, 4 MPVs is good because I can bring in my airborne squads with them. I think this is how I did it in the last beta, and I think I'll do it again here. I'm going to have the open armor air combo, which is, I think, more tailored for city fighting, where you're more leaning on the infantry more. But then instead, you do I could even do it right now. Hang on. Clone this and make another long armor plus air. And I think it's important here that I change which one is in front. So this is air plus armor. But this one is armor plus air, and there's a difference, right? And in the armor plus AB one, let me just retool this so I have it for the day. And I can try it out. This one should be much, much more about the mech. So I want to cut a lot of this shit. What am I bringing the airborne for at that point? Kiowas are really good for supporting armor. Blackhawk Logistics also awesome. Gunships in a pinch. I should get a second gunship in. I should get a second gunship in anyway. I need to change that about both these decks, actually. I need to fit a second one in. How much do I have to sacrifice to get a second one in? Probably the Chinook. And a Kiowa. Which is a bit rough. It's a bit... I don't like it, but... I don't love doing that. I feel like the Kiowas are more important. Longbow Apache? Yeah, I mean, I could. Doesn't matter which way you go there. But I know in reality you want the rocket pods on the inside, I think, so that they're more accurate to your sight. You can fit that, yes. Wait, no. Yes. You can fit that. Which one should be in the lead? Longbow has better optics. So it should probably be leading, even though it's a more expensive one. It should probably be leading. But do note that you're getting worse Hellfires. Well, they have longer range at least. I guess that's good. But they're semi-active, not fire and forget. Still, that way I can fit 2 of them while keeping the 4. Do you 3 hawks? Generally, yes. I could cut a hawk, but I don't think it would have saved me otherwise anyway. Would it have... If I cut a hawk, can I fit this? Oh, but if I have the Chinook, fuck no. No, especially about the Chinook. Okay, but then that's Apache plus longbow. You have extra range, but it's not terminal guidance, so keep that in mind. Colonel says, don't like to pay the 10 more for extra range and optional laser guidance of APKS. Huh? I am using APKWS, what do you mean? Or are you talking to someone else? I don't always use the Chinook, and I think I can get away with not having one. Oh, I thought the normal 100 selected that. No. Yeah, I tend to always pick the AKWS. Though I forgot they can be laser guided, honestly. I really did forget that. Here, do it like this. Okay, so that is probably better. I have to cut 90 from somewhere else now, though. But I've been running gunships in pairs more lately, and it's seemed a lot more effective. Oh, here we go. Can we cut down our interception game a little bit? Got the big sidewinders for fuck you helicopters. I don't need as much fuel anymore, I think. I think 2 is fine. 1, you could get away with 1, but 2 is fine. That's right, I wanted to kind of change the loadouts here too. I want to get like some kind of seed, but the only seed provider in this deck could be the Sexy Eagle. Jasms! But I don't really use airstrikes unless I have seed these days, so it's probably worth it. It's probably pretty worth it. Just means I have to cut the beautiful Lancer. Are you fighting a Warhammer Modern K? Are you playing a specific mission? No, I'm gonna go fight PvP. Cairo Optics. Now I've taken that off these days to make them cheaper. 1 F-15C, and we made it a little bit cheaper. Very expensive seed facts, but it's got cruise missiles as well. So it's not just seed, it's also precision munition. And it can overload an air net, which is nice. Probably on its own can take out some shit. If the enemy isn't too heavy on it. I used to run 2 of these in a pair, and they were real menaces. I'm a bit light on a lot of air support here, is the only thing. It's kind of hard to go past the A10, especially for its price. But if I cut it, could I fit 2? I could fit 2 Strike Eagles. Probably just keep the 1. Like, there's a very certain situation you use this in, and that's when the enemy is clustering a bunch of shit, and you need to be bailed out. This is good for anti-helicopter and a bit of air tax at the start. It's cheap enough that I can air tax without worrying too much, I think, with it. Probably not going to win any wars on its own, but it's there, and I'm helping my team out. You could even go to the 4 AMRAAMs for only a little bit more, and be that bit more helpful. Or you go really cheap. Maybe go to 290. Just be that bit more helpful as an interceptor as well. The Fex comes with Sidewinders and AMRAAMs by default, but it's way too expensive to risk. Oh, you do 3 Jasm's Crime, really? I guess if you're paying 450 in for a penny, in for a pound, go the full 510 and really overload the enemy air net. That makes sense. I mean, it's the same cost efficiency. It's not like you're paying more or less. Yeah. Instead of 450, go for 510. Okay, I'll try that. Very expensive, but we need to never let this thing get in close. Take a cheaper AA for 10 less. Ah, yeah. Wait. Yes. Yes, yes. An even 500. Okay. That should be good. It'll be pretty expensive. Like, that's $1,000 right there to bring in this and the Striegel. But I think it's kind of like Benny said. It's kind of like Benny said. You don't have to send them in at the same time for it to be effective. You can send in this Vex first or whenever it's off cooldown to degrade enemy AA. then send in the Striegel a minute or two after, and the effect should still be in play, hopefully. If we stay low with the Striegel, we know we can get out because the F-35's been getting out. I think staying low is kind of like having stealth at high out the way the F-35 works. So, we know it's possible now. We know you got pretty reasonable as long as you do your seed work. You gotta eat your dinner before you have your ice cream. You gotta do some seed first. And you've got the A-10. I'd like to fit 2, but I can't. Can't have 2 of those. Can you get 2 of these? I mean, it's already so expensive. You only need 1, I think. But I'm pretty sure if I cut this down... Yeah, if you cut it down to 1 tank, you can also run a Lancer instead of the A-10. Which is something to consider. They do different things. This is like, I don't want to see all that shit in like an entire line. And again, if we do our seed, we can probably get away with it. It's quite cheap as well. Or you have the A-10, which really hard to run in a hot zone and get out, but as long as you can get it in and get your missiles off, it'll get its value. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which is more fun there, honestly. Lancer or Thunderbolt? The Thunderbolt's cheaper, so you can use it a lot more often. But I probably won't. The Thunderbolt stops you from losing, is the thing. If the enemy fucks you and they've got tanks pushing in on you like your rear zone, and you've got no answer to it, the Thunderbolt can stop you from losing there, because it can just wipe shit, whereas the Lancer can be misaimed, and it's mainly, I think, for like bombing a whole bunch of like infantry and light vehicles or something compared to the Striegel. I think I'll stick with the A-10 to protect me. And it saves points for the rest of the deck too, which is cool. You know, I could probably squeeze in 2 of these if I wanted. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Vegetus. When the enemy sees an exploit, they will push an armored spearhead through, and you gotta watch out for it. And that's just how it is. Definitely gotta watch out for it. I think this looks alright. We've got our air attacks. We've got our help I'm being oppressed. I wonder if it's worth putting your own Despot on. I want to get into the games, and I will, but I have one thing I want to try. Hang on. So you don't need Despot anymore because you can strafe, but strafing puts you high. I want to see how realistic it is to laser on targets and stay low in the trench. Like, where's the horrible Favret? We hate the fucking Favret. We hate this thing. Alright, radar on. Every time really need Despots. No, they don't need them, but I'm trying to see if there's a reason to do it, you know? Because that is what? What is that? If you hold right click, you can get... So you have to double the distances. That's about 3,000 meters. And what is this thing's range? By default, 4,000. Okay, so that's a bit close, but let's say we put it, like, here. And then you put enemy tanks here. What is this and why it looks so difficult to grasp by average brain? What on the screen are you talking about? Which specific thing do you mean? Are there mods for this thing? I don't think it gives you more of them. Okay. And then put a bunch of, like, Ruski tanks in here. Like, T-90s, I guess. What's like, the most average Russian tank? What's, like, the SEP alternative? Oh, not SEP opposition, because it's not the Armada, I don't think. Looks like T-90M. Oh, T-90M has 1,400 meters of range. That's a pretty good tank. Hey, that's pretty good. This must be an armored. T-90 Arena? Okay, so let's go T-90 Arena. Magic Sand says everything looks like Sudden Strike to me, though. Oh, they're just a whole game. It's called Broken Arrow, and it's super fun. It's very strategic and fun. See, if you stay low, you can't even get seen in the trench, probably. It's just, like, the most awesome new strategy game, and I'm a big, big fan of it. And I love it. I can't get enough of it. I'm gonna put these guys in the same group. Right now we're doing testing. the things I want to add to my deck. Go like this, and then give me a new waypoint. And we're going to test this situation out. Aggressive. No, retaliate. Retaliate, so you move in. Go for waypoint 1. And then bring me in an A10. And I want to see with the self-lays pod if this is like a realistic thing I can do in a match. Because it's not that expensive. So let's see. So here comes your A10. Is it going to like crash into the trees? Put it on the road. And then I'm going to go like this. And we're going to see. How many compromises of realism were made for the sake of gameplay? A fair few. It's definitely a game about being fun before realistic, but I'd say it feels very authentic. It's immersive, which is what matters more to me, honestly. So if I was to just do a strafe, I think the favorite gets me like about... Like it's going to see me real soon and get me. Especially if the enemy has like any recon. Yeah, we're going to start getting hit real early. And of course we're going to die. And especially I should give them a little bit of recon, because in a real situation you have some recon spotting this A10 coming. So get some like Razvedka. Because that also defines how quickly they're going to shoot. So let's say you have Razvedka in a pretty realistic position would be like... This house would not be hard to imagine. They've got Razvedka here.
Warthog, mission ready.
And again, I come in for this run. Artemis MP, yes, we're about to play some after I test this out and fix my decks up fully. How many flares? I have 20, so you do want to start pre-flaring very early. Now don't worry about the efficiency of the run so much, because that's also the bridges getting in the way. Yo, go flares! Hit that fucker. But yeah, you're gonna probably have a hard time getting out. What changes if I stay low?
Warthog, standing by for target.
Let's say I do it like this, and I come to here, and then I bail out.
Changing course. Warthog, standing by. Flight plan updated.
I should probably get the bridges out of the way, because it's kind of hard otherwise to like... Okay, they see me there.
Shit, I took some flak.
Oh, the way it like curved back onto me is mean.
Bye-bye, mud movers. New course set.
I switched target. Okay, we're right on the edge of the favorite there.
Inbound.
Woo! So we're gonna come out a little bit more.
New heading set.
Alright, let me try to get better at this. There's promise because we can be in the area. But I actually had, like, it takes a lot more micro. I have to be focusing the A10. And I have to kind of understand where the enemy AA is and how to play around the range. It'd actually be pretty tough in this example of the trench, because the enemy would have AA here too. Have Recon above. I mean, yeah, if you had a laser on the ground,
Flight plan updated.
obviously that's its own thing.
Line of coordinates.
Okay, that's like where the favorite's gonna hit me.
Turning to new heading.
The problem is the bridge is getting in the way too.
Proceeding as frag.
The man as it gets harder. Oh yeah, but you can probably survive some man pads.
Vehicle heavily damaged. Need
Roger,
maintenance.
flying there. Line of coordinates.
Why aren't we shooting?
Inbound. Changing course.
I think overkill might be a thing here too.
Course set.
Let me put it in the open and try it there instead. Put these fuckers, like, where's 4,000 meters, like, over here? So let's say that's, like, 4,000, and let's say you have, like, a bunch of tanks moving down, for instance, down this road. So they need their own waypoint. Because so far I'm not convinced, but I want to give this thing a pretty fair chance. Let's say we're like going to here, right? Because line of sight issues are making this super, super squirrely, but that was true with a normal strike as well. It's just like a bad situation for A10 in the trench, it turns out. Oh, I need recon. Not gonna be able to see that. Now I know I can use the snipers to laser, but the whole point here is to test the A10 self-lasing. So I'm not gonna use them.
Warthog copies. Thunderbolt here.
Okay, so we're not gonna want to come too close.
New bearing set.
Laser is on.
New course set. Turning to new heading.
So it gives the A10 like a bit of standoff capability.
Heading set.
What's the range? If you keep the turning circle in,
Flight plan updated.
I wonder what the gimbal limit is.
Proceeding as frag. Roger, flying there.
I switched targets there too early, which I shouldn't have done.
Proceeding as frag. New heading set. Turning to new heading.
It's definitely not as all in, but you might be able to use an A10 in a hot zone without it instantly dying, which is kind of cool.
Changing course.
I think it has promise. I think for 20 more, it might encourage me to use the A10 more often.
Flight plan updated.
It may also just be easier to have lasers around in general. So it needs to fly high to shoot? No, so it needs to fly high to shoot if you don't have the laser on. That's the thing. Now, the whole point is to stay away from AA, so if I fly high, I assume the favorite kills me. But let's see. Because this should be...
You want to see that gun in action?
Yeah, we're only like 5,000 meters away, so I assume if I fly high, I get fucked, but let's find out. Because that's a pretty standard place for AA to be, I think.
CAS, mission confirmed.
Don't know why I didn't want to do the strafe there, but anyway. Yeah, and then the favorite fires on me. No, it might miss in my hit, but it is firing on me.
Proceeding
You get the rundown a lot quicker,
turning to new heading.
but you're maybe going to lose your A10, and it's definitely in like closer to the front line, like around here. It's probably even more noticeable. Interesting. I don't know, maybe it's, if you can fit it in the deck, it's worth having the laser pod on
New bearing set.
if you want to get like low altitude micro heavy with your Thunderbolt, because the fact that you can be hit at so much fewer range at low altitude really does make a difference. I might try it. Like, it's... Yeah, if you never use the laser or it doesn't work for you, then you're not getting value out of like 20 points worth. But, you know, it's not too expensive. It's only 20 points. I think it could be worth it. I think we're going to try it. Because I've been using jets more now that I'm like actually having ways to use jets that don't get them instantly killed. And this is a way that I could use an A10 without getting it instantly killed. If you get APKWS in this thing, you could even do rockets. Now you'd have the strafe. It's kind of funny to think, how cheap could you get this for a bomb run? Oh, it's kind of like a Harrier. It's not really worth it. Alright. If the ECM wasn't so expensive, you could even convince me to turn this thing up to put ECM on it. To go to 20% ECM. While staying low would actually make it rather survivable. What about those opening up to more SHORAD? No, I don't think so. I don't think SHORAD has an easier time against you at low out, does it? And it would make sense, but... Low out range, 800... Oh, no, you're right. You're right. They do track that, they do model that. Yes, you're correct. Not something I really think about, but... Effective range, 1,000 hang on Hellfire. This can't even target high out. But if you take the Hellfires off... Yeah. Let's see. 1,500 meters range and high out, 2,000 on low out. Yeah, fair enough. It's not a huge difference, but that's true. It does open you up to that a bit more, a little bit more. I do reckon an A-tank could probably tank a Stinger. I'd go back and test it more, but I can't be fucked. I've spent too long testing things already. I just want to finish these decks up and get in now. You can't put it on a striker, right? APKWS? No. No, you can't. Scar says, but then you can just put Mavs and lasers on your air tax Harrier. Yeah, you can do that too, yes. Absolutely could. It's a cute idea on paper. We'll see how it goes in practice. I think everything I want to change, I need smoke in my decks. Oh, I brought a smoke mortar. Okay. Do I just bring the one smoke mortar, or do I change my Brutuses to Paladins? Having the Brutuses be that much cheaper and have higher road speed is probably better in general compared to the Paladins for 30 cost more. It is simpler though, like you don't have to bring in... If you bring in 3 Paladins, it's basically the same as if you bring in 3 Brutuses and a Smoke Carrier on its own. And you have to bring this thing closer. You do have a mortar when you want it. Probably better to just bring the 3 Paladins for the smoke. As much as I like the road speed, and as much as I like the quick respawn time on these guys. I'm using smoke a lot more lately, so I'm going to bring Pallies instead now. You could bring Brutuses as a cluster option, I guess. Hell, you can even... Oh, shit! Damn, when I run the Brutus, I should be running the guided rounds these days when I play SOF anyway. Damn. You just pay 20 more, and every single shell you have becomes guided. Why not 6 Paladins? Because I want to bring other stuff. My message says you need to get better at Artie, and I think Paladins are a better platform to get familiar with. So they're pretty much identical to the Brutuses in many ways. It's just a lack of smoke. So I'm taking the Paladins here because I want smoke. But if you compare them side by side, they have the same gun. There's no difference. It's the exact same gun. There's more ammo, but otherwise, like the HE, the explosions, it's identical. But, which is why I have been running the Brutuses before, but I'm using smoke way more now, so now it changes. Excuse me. Grimes says, Guided has less dispersion baseline as well, not just laser. True, good point. Good point. And that is why the Iron Thunder is good, but the Iron Thunder is also good because more range, but it also costs so much and you lose the smoke, which is rough. You can up armor the bigger Paladins though as well. You get a bit more range on the for 20 costs more into the default Paladins, but you don't get any other real effectiveness increase. You get more guided rounds, I guess. I guess if you wanted to up armor the survive counter battery, that could be legitimate. A bit more armor and a bit more health. I don't know. I'd have to try it. Plus 1d4. I could do, if I wanted to get really fun, some Hawkeye mortars. How does this gun compare to an actual mortar in terms of refire rate? So it has the howitzer aim time is the problem. So it's not as quick to react. But it has a faster reload time, so the mission will be completed quicker. It has the mortar refire time, but howitzer aim time. But you're getting almost howitzer range, so that's why. It's quite a big mortar. But again, no smoke. But for just like keeping the hurt on enemy infantry, for cheap too, for only 80 cost. I think especially in the infantry-focused fighting one, it'd be cool to try and fit these. What else could I bring? Oh, I can fit the Avengers now. That's actually what I really want. I want to stick these things in tree lines. Bring more Shorad, because helicopters are the bane of my existence of armor. Of course they are. Just cheap, don't go double stinger. And if I can cut anything else to fit these, I will. Because that sounds great. Maybe cut some MTVs. Because I got the Gremlinos. Cutting trucks. Who is this Beagle Rush? 2 is probably enough. Because I've got the 4 out of 4 M Shorads. So just stick like 2 Avenger Humvees in the woods near an area I want to push before I push it. And they're quick rollouts, so they can get there even if I've already got there. And then I'll just help like saturate the Shorad in the air. I mean, I'd love to run 4 of them. But it's probably a bit much. And then unless I cut the Gimlers, I can't have the mortars as well, but that would be cool. I mean, if this is the more airborne focused deck, I could go the mortars instead. Because you could put the airborne stinger teams in the woods as well. Do I have mech stingers in this loadout? No, that's kind of crazy. Mech stingers are really good to just dot around as well. I want to play, but I want to do more changes. That's right, Astro Ambulance, that's correct. What if, with the airborne version, we don't bring the Avengers? Or we don't bring the M858s, perhaps? Maybe we cut these things, because you can use these trucks. These are cheaper, but maybe you could cut these out, and then you could bring Hawkeyes? You only need 2 of them. But that's too expensive, so how can we cut this down to fit it? No, you'd have to cut so much. You have to cut a M Shorad. But again, this is the infantry version, so you could cut 1 M Shorad. And now you have a couple of Avengers, you have 2 mortars, 3 paladins, cluster arty, 6 trucks, 2 patriots, and 3 M Shorads. Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. I like that. And then get me some mech stingers as well. A backline deck? Hot. No, it's not backline. I just want the mortars for infantry support. That's my goal here. How up armor can you get these? Oh, you can get them a smoke. And +2 health. I'd have to test if it's worth the +2 health. For now, I think when in doubt, test them in combat. Just run them like this, and then if they ever survive on 1 HP, you know to keep the upgrade. And if you never see one surviving on 1 HP, cut the upgrade. So we got double sets of artillery. Beagle Marine armor air right now. Cool, how you liking it? Think I'm gonna shred for AA. Yeah, I have it. 3 M Shorads, and then I have 2 Avengers. Hey, building your 15s. I changed it right now, actually. I'm running a pretty cheap F15C. Cheapish. Medium cost, I guess, now. I'm running an A10 with... on the US F15s. I'm trying out a Seed Vex with lots of Jasms and Harm. And I'm running a Cluster plus Snake Eyes... Rockeye plus Snake Eye low altitude bomber Strike Eagle. Do you just have experience? No, but it'd be cool if they did. We should track it ourselves. Okay, we've got the amount of tanks I think I need. I don't think I ever want to call in more than 2 trophies at a time. And we've got 4 basic seps, which again, seems like enough. Because if I lose my tank platoon of 2 seps or 4... If I lose 2 seps, I have 2 more. If I've brought in 4 at once, I can bring in 2 trophies. Probably more often than not, I'm going to run 2 seps, and if it gets crazy, bring in a couple of trophies or bring in a trophy and another sep. So I think this is enough tanks, even for armored focus. The focus should be on the Bradleys, I think, more than the Abrams themselves. The Abrams are like the linchpins in the middle to deal with enemy tanks. But for everything else, the Bradley is more cost-effective, I think. These M8s impressed me. I thought they'd die too much in a tank-on-tank fight. But actually, they fucking don't. My Seb V3, my FEP V3 fighting... Sorry, FEP Trophy fighting an M8 at long range yesterday. I almost got humbled, and I kind of want to use these again, having seen that. Specifically with the reactive... But it's 140 cost for a top-tier anti-tank option. So I want to try to fit these back in now, too. Because I think 2 of these beat like an Armada easily. As long as you micro the smoke to get around the ATGMs. And like, yeah, you can go for the APS for infantry bullying. But... I mean, what are you getting here instead? You're getting 1 more HP... Maybe go for the APS so you can bully Russians. Because it doesn't really matter having that little bit of extra heat armor probably as much as just like not taking the heat shot. And you don't get much more kinetic. Okay, so go for the air fist, go for the iron fist. 160. It's pretty damn good. Paper mache murder blob, yeah. Can I get a good optics tow jeep? I don't think I can, sadly. I have good optics grenade launcher. But I don't think we can get... No. I mean, I guess my good optics tows are the Bradleys, but I mean like cheaply. But funnily enough, this is the deck that doesn't really have that, I guess. I guess if you don't up-armor them, usual CFEs, like if you don't give them all the shit, you could just dot some CFVs around. They cost a bit more, but they're a bit better as well. But you can't get like a 55 point like the IFAB. Is it the Homeworld soundtrack? No. It's Battletech soundtrack right now, I think. To fit the SEP 2, I'd have to cut some snipers in the Globehawk, I think. But I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, so we got all that. Oh, no, there you are. What am I talking about? There's your... Well, it's not optical, but there's your cheap toes anyway. Why did I go with the M9 instead? Because it gets smoke. It's got way more health, so it can take an extra punch. And it's got more toe ammo. And it's not that much more expensive, I guess. It's still pretty fast, too. Wish I had the Humvee version of the Slam Ram. Oh, that'd be great. We'd love that, wouldn't we? That'd be great. This is fine. This is fine, this is fine. Wait, how much is the overflow? Yeah, you could go top attack instead. Leave it as is with the M113s. Okay, and then just comes to the inventory tab. And I just wanted to change this around a bit. So, bringing 2 Stingers, I want to bring Stinger, Mech Stinger. Which does give me more slots to bring Bradleys and AMPVs as well if I want. Though I don't know where I'm going to cut from at this point. I have a lot to cut. I don't want to cut from there. I don't want to cut from Hilo. So I need to be careful how much infantry I add, because I'm just making it harder. I don't really want to cut from support. So at this point, I can't really add too much more to this tab anyway. Replacing the 2 of the Stingers to 2 Mech AA is already, like, good. It already helps me. I could just go all mech rifles. They last longer. I think the cool thing about Stinger teams is that you can combo them in an AMPV really well with an Airborne. You can go Airborne plus Stinger team, just like you can go Airborne plus TOW. But they're flimsier. Like, the double Stinger team fires 50% faster, not twice as fast. So the mech rifle isn't that far off, and when you go for pure cost efficiency, they're probably better. Like, 2 mech rifles is AA is probably going to do much better against a helicopter than 1 Stinger team. I do like Stinger team, but maybe save money and go for mech rifle AA and dot it around, and then you can send it in with your troops as well. It just means that you have to combo them in the AMPVs a bit better. But we could also give you some Bradleys to fight with, and that would be good. Like if I cut the Airborne Stingers, and we're gonna 4 mech rifle AA. I still gotta cut from this tech, unfortunately. But let's say you do that. It's because you got a bit much here. You got a bit too much stuff. You've probably got to cut one of the weapon squads. This is meant to be the more infantry-focused one, though, and I'm kind of turning it into the armor one. It's still got a bunch of infantry, just we could use more. I have to cut from elsewhere. Maybe cut one of these, because you have a lot of infantry toes. Maybe cut one of these. Are we going to play or not? Yeah, when I get there. Hopefully soon. We are playing. This is part of the game. I think I want to do the long range armor one. I'll just bake this one. I'll play it first, though. Maybe you can kind of do both if I build this right. Bring in the nice Bradley. I think you want the better armor no matter what. Shimmer, how do you feel about a recon tank? It's good, but it's expensive. It's only 25 with the APS. It's probably just pretty worth it to go all the way. But that's 125, you go all the way. This is 90. Yeah, it's probably worth it. You can't go all the way. Okay, you got to cut 5 points. If I cut 5 points, we're good to go. And that gets you in with 2 Bradleys of Mech Rifle Stinger. Maybe you just gotta go in the NPVs. Or you're gonna cut a weapon squad. If you cut a weapon squad... Okay, you got 2 mech rifle AAs, 2 of these. You can send in a blend. All this shit. I can also cut the mech engineers. I don't know if I like them that much. And I could go 3 AMPVs. I wouldn't mind just playing with this and seeing how it feels, I think. Let's just cut 190 points and then try to go play. Because I too, much like that brave chatter, I too am getting antsy and I'm getting ready to play. Tenzo says, I keep having mech engineers do a surprising amount of work. I mean, they're very good. They're very good. Einstein says, anyone get weird feelings of anxiety when you go to play an MP match? I feel like I'm going to do horrible. Yeah, you've got like the StarCraft queue anxiety. It's a thing. It's a known thing. I could cut the Thunderbolt, I could cut these cheap toes. Or I could cut 1 SEP. And I can work with 2 SEPs, and then you combo the extra SEP with a SEP trophy or something. That works too. Maybe we go like this. Now I can add 50 back more and we can go play. So you can have like another mech rifles you hang around or another mech engineers and leave them in forests to deal with forest fuckers. I'm pretty ready to play, so I'm just going to go try play this, I think. Let me make sure it's the right one. It was OAX Open AB Armor is the one I'm trying now. Okay. A few changes here, so we'll see how they run. Let's finally play! It is my apologies for being slow, but also... it's an important part for me of this game. I want to put in that work to try and optimize my shit before I play. So that then when I play for the next, like, 20 games straight with the same deck, I've kind of done the science to go, okay, this is good. This is your first match? Yeah. Yeah, I did some science in the editor before. And then we did deck building, because we're doing armor and airborne today is the plan. Loadout management for hours is Beagle staple. True. That is true. So the big thing here is let's not overbuy tanks in Phase 1, but also let's not sit there and do the thing of, like, play light in Phase 1 and then play tanks in Phase 2. Let's play tanks from the start. I'll play vehicles from the start. Because, as we keep seeing, the more tanks I bring in at once, the worse I do with them, because I can't micro them all. So it's actually not good to build up a massive tank force for Phase 2. Just bring in, like, a modest tank force in Phase 1. Mirror match. High elos, my goodness. Well, I mean, the elos are kind of going to take a few weeks to shake out the way they should be, probably. I want to go to Baltisk, but we're not going to. Why does the V2 only carry 1 nuke? Game balance. They admitted it in the blogs. They're like, yeah, in reality it can take, like, 12 of them or something, but that would be OP. QJ Gabriel says, this is Sand Island base defense. Laker says, finally! Yes, we're going, Laker, don't worry. To you specifically, Laker, I apologize. To no one else, though. Make it cost 12,000 points for that loadout. Same reason we can't have F-35 nuke, that's right. So I won't wait until Phase 2, but I will wait until my air tax is done to bring in my vehicle group, I think. So that'll let us see where everyone else wants to roll out to, and then I'll try to push in with my tanks and, you know, take a zone for an infantry player and then leave them to it, or try to help someone else who's struggling. Can you just buy a shit ton of drones and win that way? Kinda, yeah. If the enemy doesn't have enough air defense to stop them all, yeah. Run out of missiles. Struggling. Bring in the cheap air tax. That's my plan anyway. But I want my armor to work together, so I'm not going to bring anything in on its own, because it's better to just build up money for a couple of minutes while we micro the jet and see what happens. Is what I'm going to go off here, my plan. I kind of want to bring in the seed facts. Oh, they got rid of the jets? No, we got jets still. I kind of want to bring in the seed facts in case they do ground A, but I just got to remember not go beyond the midpoint.
Flying the coordinates. Changing course.
Alright, so sadly it's my job to die here.
Proceeding is fresh.
I should stay high like the because I've got a tank for the Raptors, basically.
Plan updated. Bangs out.
Don't go over the halfway point.
Inbound.
So missile away, then pull off.
New course
Raptor from the
set.
left, I think. Okay, being hurt, I want to start getting out now, because there's no point wasting my jet and giving them kill points.
New course set. Back to
I'm gonna get out.
Texaco.
So right now, our drop seems to be getting away with it. I'm gonna call in the seed fix if I see any ground A launch. Yep.
Roger, flying there. Airstrike is go for effect.
Looks like it'll be high out the fire cruise missiles now. I think we learned that from the Lancer though.
Power is on. Below the hard deck. Inbound.
No radar on.
Bearing set. Flight plan
We'll get out before we lose this to an interceptor. I'm not sure. I might have not timed this right to catch anything. No. I think they've already moved it or refunded it. That's okay. How much do we get back for that? How costly is that? We get 365 back, so we only paid like 140 to try that. I think that's fine. But now we want to roll out. So before I decide where I'm going, default right now would be to go to H. Alright, so bring some Cav Scouts to leave in the building. High's better for seed as well, because there's loss issues or something. Okay. We've got a great healer well everywhere. Should I go H? Where should I go? Whatever I should do, I should call in first. Because it's going to take time to drive in anyway, so I can decide on the drive. So we're bringing
Moving to next waypoint.
2 Brad Chads. With some recon to leave around. And then bring in 1 set. It's a lot of trees, so maybe a trophy. Because there's a lot of trees on this map. So 1 SEP trophy. And then we'll bring in M-Shorad.
Full throttle. Already there.
And what else do we want? What else am I missing here? Just some more backup Bradleys, perhaps? Some artillery. I mean, obviously I'll bring some supplies. If I go for H, I want to bring my own infantry. It looks like C Point could use some help. So I think I'll go to C Point.
Reconnaissance is good to go.
Is my goal right now.
Moving out.
How many of them have SOF? There's no SOF players, that's crazy. Okay, we're seeing no helicopters. Oh, there's SOF, sorry. Helicopters, 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 helicopters. Just trying to decide if I should bring an extra SHORAD. Tired so much. Maybe just go with this force.
Ready for action.
Do you team as a single Patriot out? No, we don't. I could bring in those, yeah. That's a good thing to do with my extra points. Pay the air tax. Anti-air tax, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. Let's put some Patriots, like... Or put a Patriot here. If I split them up, they won't get seeded, hopefully. Should I go and see when H is open? Because I want to help my teammate hold this point, and then I can go to H later. I want to help the KD as well as taking zones. Was my thinking there. I was considering H, but like I figure if no one on the enemy's taking it either, then yeah, like someone like this can just send an Arsov there, just send a Jeep. In fact, that's what I should have done, is just send a recon Jeep there. That's what I actually should have done. He's not send a Forcer, but send a recon Jeep. That would have been smart.
Air defense here.
Ooh, problem. I was just curious. No, it's a good question. I should have sent a recon Jeep over there. So, that is interesting. Speaking of recon Jeeps, if they want to get cheeky over here, then I want to keep it spotted.
Roger. We're on the move.
So, I'll send a couple.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
And maybe a... one of these.
Recon vehicle ready. Moving there now.
And at this point, I should send some supplies to follow my tanks.
Reconnaissance ready for action.
Roger.
The kilos are here.
Flight plan confirmed.
Doesn't look like they're going to be needed in the end. But that's alright. We can have a look.
Flying there.
That's Shoratsu.
Full
Fuck.
power.
I wanted to go low there, but I shouldn't. Because low would make me too slow. Let's get the fuck out of there before something bad happens. Let's just go home with these. They're not needed.
RTB. Heading there.
Like a brief little look here, but then go home.
Air defense standing by. Pedal to the metal.
And then let's come over here
Pushing
with the
forward.
Brads and get to work with them.
Heavy cap ready to rumble. Roger.
And we just want to be focusing on microing this now. I'm going to put the radar on for Patriot
Looking for contacts.
and bring it some supplies so it can have a good time on its own.
Fire director reporting in. Roger. Moving out. Pedal to the metal.
Take out those nasty drones. Watch out for the enemy longbow.
Air defense at your disposal, sir. Bradley fighting
It's
vehicle.
not in hellfire range, so we're okay.
Recon vehicle.
What are we towing? Oh, enemy Bradley. Cool. Take it out.
Brad here. Bradley fighting vehicle ready. You'd be blind without us.
Just gotta quickly
Black Hawk in your
get the
command.
supplies. Assign these to the groups.
Air defense here. We're combat ready. Moving to contact. Recon is
Active protection just popped, because that's a Javelin squad. I need to get the autocannon on that. Okay, active protection is out. But, target's destroyed. The Javelin comes out here, I need to... Yep, smoke! Too low, too slow, too slow. So at this point, let's let the Cav Scouts here get into this building.
heavy cavalry ready for
And that Bradley there...
inland Abrams ready for action.
I have APS in this one, so let's try to go in and help against the Bradley with you. I don't let the snipers get in this tall building.
Sniper team reporting in.
You need to fall back and go get healed.
Bradley fighting vehicle.
Sure, needs to stick with me, and let's go in and see what we can do.
Driver, move forward. Driver, halt.
If I get a tank there, I can start hitting with the autocannons, but I want to hunt these Brads. The trophy, I think.
Brad here. Go ahead.
Keep an eye on that longbow range. Remember, no APS on the Bradley anymore.
Stop here. Driver, backward.
I can pop that tow for free, because we know that that'll fuck up my APS. I'm pulling a lot of points right now, so I can spend on another Patriot or something. Or some artillery. Oh, fuck, I'm losing APS charges to mech rifles.
Recon vehicle ready for action.
I can use the same smoke, just reverse into it. That's a trick I hadn't thought of before, but it's obvious when you think about it. Oh! No smoke. Dangerous. Dangerous, dangerous. Oh, that like little bus stop stopped the tow. Fuck yeah. Okay, here comes the Shorad, so stay in smoke.
Roger.
I mean, not Shorad, here comes the AA, I mean.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
Am I not in smoke? The fuck?
Stop, driver. Roger. Moving out. Inland Abrams here.
I gotta smoke for their Hellfire, because, you know. But it's dead. We got it. I think I'm out of smoke on you, so you need to get out of there, Trophy. You're in fucking danger, actually. And let's, piss off. They're gonna clean that up. We blunted a lot of the enemy here. I think we're pretty good to get out of here now. So now, I look around the map, I think, and go somewhere else. I leave them the sea point. Can sure show you how to smoke with his radars on? You'd think it should be able to, but no, I probably can't. I never got the supplies done for this guy. Well, let's pick up our people too. Oh, fuck! The hell was that? Ah, Prowler! That's the thing about leaving the radar on. Good there, except I forgot to turn the radar off on the shore after my engagement. Almost a flawless run there, though. But not quite. Alright, so I've got a bunch of money. I'm going to bring in another Patriot on the right side of the map, on its own. I'm going to move this up to here. I'm just going to move it in general. With my Recon-y.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
You meant to pick those guys up, man. Let's go. Let's get resupplied.
Recon vehicle is good to go.
And then let's call in... Okay, so H is actually held. I might stop in by E on the way in, if it's useful. Also, hello. Hang on, I want to do a little mission while I'm not microing my tanks.
Proceeding as frag.
1, 2, 3.
Strike coordinates received. Fencing out. Changing course.
Seeds away. Only fired 1 harm, damn. Guess gotta hang on longer. Don't know if the strike will work if only 1 harm. Nice, we got the Patriot. Very good. You can pack that up. You can go home. When we get on the road. Let's go over to H via E. It's about leaving radar on. It makes you vulnerable. I should have called this in first, too. Let's call in a parashore. Ooh. Hang on.
New heading set.
It's already getting away. I see what they're doing over here.
Eagle here.
If I stay low, this might be okay.
Flying the coordinates.
But I can't get too close.
Changing course.
One more AMRAAM here.
Flying there.
Now I'm gonna leave. If that hits, it hits. Ah, I didn't get the kill. Oh, something's going on over here too. What's this? Did I bring in 2 Shureds? I only brought in 1. Bring in another Shured, I think. And then bring in a second tank. Probably another trophy, because I expect there'll be infantry here. And I should bring in my own infantry to get in those buildings, I think. Did I pick up those snipers ever? I think I did. Yeah. So we'll meet up with this.
Next waypoint received.
E's getting taken, okay. Maybe I go to E.
M1 Abrams warmed up and ready to go.
I need to resupply my Patriot. Bloborg is down, I didn't see what's over here. So that's not ideal. Just in case there's like recon getting through here, I should put some jeeps around.
Right here, we're combat ready. Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Bradley fighting vehicle at your command, sir.
Supplies for my lone Patriot. Thank you, Shirk Diver. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. How do you get the place to shoot those missiles? Still don't understand air in this game. What do you mean, Glue Bomb?
Bradley fighting vehicle at your orders. Reconnaissance is good to go.
It's a bit late, otherwise I'd go for G. It's honestly a bit late to help E, but I can try.
Logistics ready.
Bring in more supplies, too.
Your eyes and ears, sir.
Okay, that Cappy.
Abrams ready to roll.
I can carry on the G. But I need to wait until
Moving there now.
my my group is all here, I think, or I should. I don't need to, but I probably should.
Cargo truck ready. Moving there now.
Gotta be careful to not get too close here and just sit in the open and die.
Logi here, send traffic. Heavy cavalry ready for action.
Okay, so Bradley up first, or Bradley's up first.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Tank can hold until it's needed.
The coordinates. Air defense ready for action. Let's run them over.
When you call in that plane that took out the Patriot. Oh, you mean how to use seed? Yeah, it's a whole thing. Ask me in between matches, I'll try to be more useful in my answer than that.
Heavy armor is ready to
But yeah, there's like a whole thing to it, yeah.
fly without us. Reconnaissance ready for action. Pedal to the metal.
We're gonna put Cav Scouts in here. No point firing on that by yourself.
Standing by. Backward.
Oh, I shouldn't have fired that either because, yeah.
We're on the move. Roger.
Oh, shit.
Everyone dismount.
Okay, I need the trophy. I'm gonna need both the trophies because this is pretty tank heavy now.
Unasked, everybody.
Oh, fuck. This was a bad idea for those snipers.
Friendly fighting vehicle standing by. Driver, backwards.
No, don't stop. Why are you stopping? Oh, that Brad's dead. There's no way it gets out.
Heavy armor is on the field. Good copy. Next waypoint.
Okay, get the rest up here. We need them.
Command.
Scout team at your command.
Off. I can't take that much shit at once.
Find some cover.
But I can fire a second toe off. Yeah, I can get one of them. That's good.
Copy.
If the Cav Scouts and the Brads work together, I can probably get more. Oh, fuck. Hang on. Back up. Okay, we kind of need to retreat from that.
Lead me, follow me.
I can grab these supplies. That's good.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
I need to retreat. I just need to bring more tanks in. Don't panic, Beagle. Don't panic.
Pedal to the metal. Anti-aircraft standing by.
Just nab these supplies.
Recon vehicle ready.
Work with my CFEs here.
No bang bang. Understood.
Moving to shooting position. Solid copy. Holding position. Recon vehicle standing by. Moving to new fighting position. Looking for enemy contact.
I try to set up an ambush so when they push in here, I can flank them.
Right here. Go ahead. Heavy cab. Ready to roll. Bradley fighting vehicle ready.
If shooting doesn't work, shoot.
I don't have to smoke. I don't really want to smoke it, I think.
Moving out. Driver, move forward. Moving out.
I get a bunch of money if I need it.
The higher they fly, the further they
But
fall.
right now, I'm feeling like I'm a bit busy with what I have, honestly. Probably just call in...
Here, we're combat ready. M1 Abrams.
Probably just call in, reinforcements.
Heavy cab ready to rumble. Copy. Fire only when fired upon. Let's back out.
I don't think I should have fired there. Oh, they're firing on other shit, so maybe I should have.
Recon vehicle ready for action. Copy. Holding that position.
Scouts here.
Nice with
Fire upon.
the trophy there.
Roger. We're on
You guys go run back and heal and then come back in.
Bradley, ready for combat. Roger.
I really want to hunt that enemy tank group.
Driver, move out. Solid copy.
Oh no, I didn't move. I'm gonna get clustered.
Rolling. Roger.
Oh, it's HE. That's not so bad. If that was cluster, I'd be in a lot of danger, I think.
M1 Abrams ready for action. Bring us there in 10 seconds.
Moors!
10 fucking minutes worth. Gunner, fire at will.
Hit him from out of range, sure.
Driver, halt.
I think that's in range. Yeah, that's in range. That's just in range.
Heavy armor is on the field. Full stop, driver.
They're coming back because they want me. I should call in Artie is what I should call in. Or an airstrike or two.
Ready for action. Back out, driver.
Okay, they're coming back for me. They want me. Nice! Okay, now I want them. Okay, let me call in my paladins.
Bradley fighting.
They can do the same thing to me, so I gotta be careful.
Stop right there. Brad here, go ahead. Abrams, ready to roll. Reconnaissance, standing by. Stop.
Let's go. Catch him on the run if we can.
Moving there now. Heavy armor here.
Got Gonna micro these tanks. A lot of ATGMs and shit coming at us right now.
Recon vehicle made contact with the enemy. Bradley, engaging combat.
Lost one. Lost one.
Not just fucking shot at copy. Moving out. Right here. We are engaged. Gunners, take them out.
I'm very at risk of being airstruck here, and I'm losing Brads to the tanks, which is just kind of what happens when you're tank on tank like this. There's too many players working tanks here. I need to get out. I'm way hurt.
Heavy armor in combat.
Need to watch out for that too. It's good though. Green's pushing up on my left. That's really good.
Heavy cab. Ready to roll.
Woo! Do another smoke, and then let's just hit the road and get straight out of here.
Moving. What are you waiting for?
Brads died, but they did their job. If that's cluster, I'm cooked. It is, but it's in the wrong spot. Call it an airstrike because I got the money.
Turning to new heading. Solid copy. Air support mission inbound. Back to home plate.
Didn't fire the harm again, shit.
Eagle copies. Fight by fight.
I went for the drone though.
New bearing set.
Why are we not shooting it? I see why. Okay. Fire above harms? Oh, it did. I'm wrong. I get healed.
Ready. Rolling. Bradley fighting
I need to bring in more recon. Do people play RU multiplayer or is it mostly US? People play RU, yeah. You'll see RUs. Recon snipers.
Roger. Moving
This
out.
is where it would make a lot of sense, I think, to bring in my, I'm gonna fly a drone over the top and see what I see. To bring my own infantry, I think. Second supplies from an ally having a full truck nearby. Yeah, but I don't think... I usually don't steal supplies from my allies, but these dumps seem to just be here for anyone to use. Like, what is this supplying? There's no artillery, there's no Patriot.
Logistics ready.
So I don't feel bad about it. I feel like it's here for that purpose.
Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me.
Because there's like another one right here, and I've been taking both of them. I think we're just working together.
Armed up and ready to
I could be wrong. Like, I could be... I can ask. I can refill them. I have a truck. I can refill them. I'm just using them because they're there.
heavy cavalry ready.
Okay, so this is good to know. AGL Stinger. Okay, where are those fuckers?
Standing by.
So I'm gonna want to go... one here.
Direct fire.
One here.
Engagement.
One there. Okay, we're here and here as well. And we want to move to here. You guys come back up the road.
Pedal to the metal, driver.
And you get some AMPVs with fuckers in them. It's fucker time. Airborne and weapon squad. I can't fit both. Airborne and
We're on the move.
don't know what I come with now. Oh,
Heavy cavalry.
they have the AT4 snipers. Interesting. Hang on, let me deal with this and then get back to it.
Heavy cavalry
So
ready
do
for
not
action.
send the paladins there.
Artillery reporting in. M1 Abrams ready for action.
Or do. We've already got someone on the side. Okay. Just come here.
Moving out.
Anyway, well, they've got the infantry, and I don't have that many points, so if I just push into the vehicles, they can probably help me out here. Yeah, fair point, Barley, fair point.
Hardy without Hardy. Proceeding to next base of fire.
Everything by the numbers.
Bradley ready for combat.
Okay, let's roll on the road. Let's get in on it.
On the field.
Look at his green. No, but I realized too late I don't know his fucking name. I should have looked first.
Logi here, send traffic.
I realized how dumb it was while I was saying it, yeah.
You'd be blind without us. Recon vehicle is
I remember there are those javelins, so I want to keep driving down the road because that way
Abrams here. We're combat ready.
I ain't gonna worry about,
All fully catchers, disembark.
I ain't gonna worry about being hit by the javelins too much. They're fucking up my optics and shit with that AGL.
We're in combat. Let's back out. First,
I can just get out of range of it.
armor is rolling out. Abrams, ready to roll. Make way. Heavy cab, ready to roll.
Let's bypass and get more recon in deeper. Where's my arties?
Artillery available, sir.
Where was them? They were there, I think.
Artillery relocating.
I'm coming! I'm coming! They've given me an assault vector, so I'll follow them in here.
Ready to
Yep, I got the building right. I think they're moving though. I think they just left.
direct fire. On my mark.
No, they're still there.
Artillery ready. Send mission.
I did it wrong.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Okay, we need to get to here and support.
Move forward. Good copy. Next waypoint received. All walking sandbags. Jump out.
And I'll put my SHORADs just waiting. Waiting to be used as needed.
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Providing direct fire. Heavy armor is ready to rumble.
I know they have javelins, so I gotta kind of gotta keep my eyes out for that. Yeah, we gotta keep moving, of course. Always gotta keep moving.
Roger. Moving out.
Oh, fuck! Let's set up like a resupply point back here.
Cargo dump. Relocating to the next emplacement. Departing. Abrams here. We're combat ready.
There's a javelin over here hitting me, I just realized.
Heavy cab ready to rumble.
I've got 2 APS charges, so I'm gonna use a smoke for that one. Oh, but that redirects it to the Bradley.
Move out.
Not ideal.
Moving to shooting position.
Let's move before we get cluster bombs.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
That drone flyover was really worth it. Ooh, someone bombed deep for us. That drone flyover was really worth it. It is important to have those drones for the scanner sweeps.
Bradley, ready for action.
I also really like bringing, as someone recommended to me, bringing the Oh shit, hang on. Good call.
Proceeding as frag.
Oh god, it's gonna nuke us. Drive.
We're combat ready.
Bugging out.
Oh no.
Recon vehicle here. We're taking fire.
I should have paid attention to that quicker. Okay, we got half the armor out of there at least.
Requesting orders.
I should have paid more attention to that.
Command, sir.
One of the Patriots, they got seeded and shit. Well, I only had one. The other one's fine.
Aircraft here. At your command.
But the other one got seeded,
Recon vehicle
which I could have gone, oh, they're seeding for a reason.
Brad here. Brad here.
Let's go and save that poor Bradley that's in CBRN mode right now.
Ready. Already
And let's use our points we've been building up. So I didn't need to spend them all, it was fine, because now I can bring in more Tonk. Probably bring in all 3 Tonka for the end, bring in another SHORAD, bring in another supply truck, and more Radleys. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm really liking having the recon in the Bradleys, it's helping a lot. Cavalry Scout's good with the cavalry. Who knew this? No one knew this.
moving out.
Speaking of which, we're gonna pick you up.
At your orders.
can't really hurt those, but I can hurt these, so I'll hit that.
Let's dump that. Recon vehicle, ready for action. Reconnaissance is good to go.
Everything by the numbers.
No party without Hardy.
We're getting those labs, I think.
Artillery on the move.
Okay.
Roger,
I'm a bit close to my dump here, I just realized I should move.
becoming a pedal run. Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me.
Oh, fuck! Jesus!
Already there.
Fucking Christ, that was mean.
Recon vehicle taking fire over here.
They fucking PRSM my supply truck! What the fuck?
Bradley in combat, awaiting command.
Fucked up, I can't believe they'd do this to me. If I had the money, I'd fix that.
Recon vehicle standing by. Pedal to the metal. Driver, move forward.
It's on the Rangers! I'm sorry, Rangers, I'm gonna leave you to it! Defend the church! Defend H-Point! Ah! My god! No god anymore.
Eyes and ears, sir.
Oh fuck. Cat's guts too.
Copy. Reload.
I'm here, I should help with this.
Bradley fighting vehicle ready.
So I need to get this resupplied even more.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
Let's bomb that.
Fire on my
We're going for that building.
Engaging targets with direct fire. M1 Abrams, warmed up and ready to go. Bradley fighting vehicle, at your order. Recon vehicle, ready.
We lack stingers here. Oh, we have SCTs, so I can commit the shot without being too worried.
Recon vehicle, send traffic, over. Roger, moving out.
Oh, I didn't do it. That was the Rangers used the church as a fighting position, Michelle. That's not my fault.
Ready for action.
You can't blame me.
Already there.
Radar on.
Craft here.
Sure had gaming time. That is a call for Kiowas.
Bradley, ready for combat. Armored is rolling
Sit in the
out.
smoke.
Copy.
Oh, you can engage from in the smoke with... Oh, wow! Maybe? Maybe radar really good?
Heavy cab, ready to
Holy shit!
Bradley fighting
You can...
vehicle reporting in.
Holy shit! Realism! You can engage with radar while inside a smoke cloud! What the fuck? Was an ally player? No, that's me! I'm firing! I'm firing!
Backwards.
Holy shit! That's fucking amazing! Sorry, my voice went real high there.
Mission, fast landing assistance. Okay,
Smoke orders radar, okay? Yeah! We're turning off this time, thank you, yes.
we're on the move.
I think I'll push around this way, actually.
Armor is on the field.
But that's cool.
Here, go ahead.
Where's that going? Oh fuck, do they see my shit? Everybody move.
Copy. Next waypoint received.
No, it's not for me, it's not for me. Okay.
Cargo truck ready.
Kiowas, you're here, but you're a bit late. I'll probably keep you around because we're about to go deep.
Kiowa copies. New flight plan received.
Bradley fighting vehicle at your command, sir. Reconnaissance is good to go. Heavy cab is on the field.
Subs.
Bradley fighting vehicle reporting in. Bradley fighting vehicle.
Got my
ready.
supplies.
Ready to rain down death.
I could actually probably be piloting some of that shit too.
Departing. Logistics ready. You'd be blind without.
Alright, I mean, we're here. I think I start pushing now.
Roger. Moving out. Recon vehicle is good to go. Abrams ready to roll.
I need you guys to meet up here and then push together.
Moving to next waypoint. Armored is rolling out. Armored moving out. Good copy. Next waypoint received.
Yeah, I should have brought in more SHORAD.
Logi here, send traffic. Pedal to the metal. ready. Ain't gonna pay no toll this time. Bradley, ready for action.
Oh, I have more Shurad, just don't bring it all up. Get it all up here. I needed to rearm my Shurad too, I just realized. Oh no, I did. I'm good. I'm good at the game, apparently.
Bradley fighting vehicle.
Very good, very good.
Flight plan confirmed.
Hit the gas, driver. Hit it. The higher they fly, the further they fall. Roger.
Oh.
We're on the move.
Come on, she's nice.
Ready for action.
Alright, if I'm just gonna fast move like this, I should split up a bit, so that we're not all sitting on the same spot.
Bradley fighting vehicle at your command, sir. Heavy armor.
No, no, not that way, this way.
Heavy cab.
Otherwise, I can be cluster bombed on the road really easily.
Flat on rail. M1 Abrams ready for action. Let's run them over. Roger. We're on the move. Fly truck ready to transport. Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me. Enemies hot on our trail.
Oh, what the hell?
Direct fire engagement.
Don't hit the Rangers.
Target marked.
That's not gonna help, just hit them.
Artillery moving out.
Coordinates received.
Recon vehicle ready.
That Shurad's way up on its own.
Your orders.
Needs to be over here.
Combat. Moving there.
Whoop!
Roger.
Oh shit! Alright, hold fire.
Standing by.
I'm hitting Rangers.
Moving. Artillery available, sir. Engaging targets with direct fire.
You should deck up this game? Yeah, if you... Oh, I was gonna say if you hit exclamation mark BA, I've got all my deck files posted. But I just realized I haven't updated these ones in there yet.
Moving there.
But I can show you the deck, yeah.
Moving
Huh?
out.
Kiowa? What happened to Kiowa? Oh, what the fuck happened to Kiowa?
Recon heli
Oh
here.
no.
Flying to coordinates.
Here, beans, bullets, and band-aids.
We're getting a bit strung out here.
Ready for action. Brad here. Go ahead.
I'd say this is the time to,
Solid copy. Advance and report.
kind of crump in from the side.
Recon vehicle. Send traffic. Over. About ready. Rolling. Bradley fighting vehicle.
Being split up like this means I just have to forget about some of these units, I think.
Kiowa reporting in. Flight path updated.
Gotta keep my Shurad moving up though.
No party without Hardy. Driver, halt. Heavy cab ready to rumble.
Do I have any Shurad close? Yeah. Oh, radar on so we can engage. Longbow.
Driving.
New flight path set.
Everybody smoke!
Kiowa awaiting mission.
We smoking, stopping your smoke, stopping your smoke.
Flying there now.
Recon vehicle standing by.
Nice.
Driver, backwards. Sniper team.
Okay, snipers, you live here now?
Right here. We're combat ready.
Whoa, those tanks. Oh my god.
We're combat ready.
Kiowa standing
Oh
by.
my fucking god.
Fire and maneuver. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Already there. Give me a target.
Okay, shit.
Good copy. Moving out. Bring us there in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes.
No, the snipers are getting pushed by.
There now.
Get out in 10 seconds.
No.
Not 10 fucking minutes. Driving to coordinates.
There's a lot of shit here to hit. I want to get that Patriot, but also...
Is on the field. Abrams
Oh, side hit. Fuck.
Armored is rolling out. Halt, halt, halt. Fire and maneuver.
I was they can still see me there. Oh, I'm super outnumbered.
Rapid smoke.
That's gonna go terribly for me.
Bradley fighting vehicle reporting in.
This would be the time for... I can't do both, shit. This would be the time for this.
Flight plan updated.
They're probably bombing me too if they're smart.
Rolling on the target area. Coming around now.
But I think I just want to watch this and try to micro the strike. Oh gosh.
Fighting vehicle standing by. Silent. Roger. Moving out.
Copy. Bugging out.
I'm already getting hit. Fuck. This was maybe a bit too adventurous. Yeah. A bit deep. I'm a bit fucking deep here.
Heavy cab, ready to roll. Heavy cab, ready to rumble.
Recon heli at your command.
I still have Kiowas. Here would have been fine. Here was kind of crazy, I guess.
Thrusting forward.
Warthog crying. I thought that was too deep for Warthog. Unfortunately, it was too hot, well, too hot for everyone.
Repeat your last.
Oh, hello, though. Oh, and there's, like, howitzer right there.
Kiowa here.
No, the Predator's air-to-air in my Kiowas. I'm out of fucking... No!
Anti-aircraft standing by.
What are you doing, Shurad? Shoot it! Shurad can't shoot drones! I forgot. This is the downside of Shurad.
Kiowa is mission ready.
I forgot.
Air defense ready for action.
Oh, radar's off. Radar's off.
Defense here.
That was close.
Get out of here! Heavy armor is on the field. Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Driver, backwards.
I've been using my arty for ages.
Proceeding to the next base of fire. Bradley fighting vehicle.
Yeah, I don't have Stinger Shurad. Yeah.
Heavy armor engaged.
Oh, I think the arty's gonna finish me off.
Combat. Roger.
Just run, Zap. They're walking the fire on you so good.
Armor is ready to rumble.
Need to bring those supplies up. We need to get healed here.
Abrams ready to roll. Recon
No,
vehicle ready for
I'm losing that.
Relocating to the next emplacement. Back up, back up. Rolling. Your eyes and ears, sir. Inland Abrams, warmed up and ready to go. Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me.
It's still alive. We have no stingers.
Inland Abrams ready for action. Make way.
Kiowa ready.
Inbound.
Artillery relocating.
It's fucking rude.
Artillery on the move. That's a big 10-4. We're moving. Abrams ready to roll. Bradley fighting vehicle ready. Relocating to the next emplacement. Moving. Anti-aircraft here. Air defense here. We're combat ready. Artillery moving out. Fly truck ready to transport. Heavy cab ready to roll. Moving to shoot.
Let your Pico, are you in a VC? No. Let your friends know they're trash.
Fire, sir. We're on the move.
Kiowa copies.
Come pick this
Heading
up.
there now.
I'm out of ammo, but I have precision rounds.
Proceeding to the next base of fire. Bradley fighting vehicle ready. Pedal to the metal. Ready to rain down death.
Can't you laser this? Yeah, laser on.
Moving silent.
Goodbye! Oh,
Moving in silence.
Mobile artillery standing by.
bingo! Ho 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 ho!
Mobile
Um,
artillery reporting in.
Put it behind so we don't kill the snipers. Ah, the snipers will probably be fine. It's fine. These are guided rounds. The whole point is accuracy. Watch this.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Complete faith. The sniper had complete faith.
Stealth mode.
Mobile artillery ready. Send mission.
Flight path updated.
Complete faith in the artilleryman there.
Abrams here. We're combat ready. Roger. Moving to next waypoint. Air defense standing by. Anti-aircraft here. At your command. Bradley fighting vehicle.
Well,
at your
we're not gonna
command,
get the
sir.
B point, but we got close.
Moving out.
Come and be annoying from the side.
Roger. Shooting on sight.
Need a rifle.
That sniper deserves some healing. Let's heal that sniper.
Logi here. Send traffic. Driver, move forward. Moving as ordered.
Move, move, move.
Providing direct fire. Direct fire engaged.
numbers. Standing by.
Heroic sniper work.
Gunman here.
This is a good match. A good start to Armor Airborne for today. Helps to have a good team to make it nice and relaxing to start with. Archangel Michelle with 3 zones and a 3.57 KD had a good game. Google says Pete Hegseth added me to the enemy team's signal. He says they're not doing well. Can imagine if it was dumb. Well, it was a fun match. What are the elos? Oh my god. What? BAY. I know the elo's still shaking out, but like 1,000, 800, 800, 1,000, 1,000, 640, 450, 700, 650, 416. Oh, because they said they're... I don't know, they said they're a stack, so maybe if they're a 5 lock, I don't know. I don't know, though. That is definitely an imbalance. They didn't lose any elo. Yeah, it's a free match, I guess. For some reason, we gained it. I guess because I was lower than the thousands. Party queue penalty? Maybe there is a party queue penalty. Probably needs to be a party queue penalty. CFVs. Lots of eats. Solo Patriots did good. Seps did good. I killed 3? When did I kill 3 enemy tanks? I don't remember that. Oh, that was at the start. That was sick. We had like some good tank battles in this match. I'm sure I'd kill 2 Guardians. The smoke with radar on thing is insane. I did not know Shurads could do that. That actually even more makes the M-Shurad actually kind of better. Though I guess than the Striker Shurad. Though I guess you could mortar smoke, just perma-smoke a Shurad and have the same effect. Even more reason to have smoke artillery. Which smoke plus radar in testing? I believe it. We can quickly test it, but so far it seems to be true. But yeah, we'll test it. We'll test it. CFE, Patriot, M-Shurad, Airborne Snipers. I'm sure I'd killed Gimlers. I still might go back to Stingers. I want to see if the Stinger radar Shurad can handle it. That would be really interesting. It'd be really funny if the radar Shurad with Hellfires could fight tanks while in smoke too. Crime says, should probably Stinger Shurad, not gonna lie. It costs the same, but the Stinger one can shoot multiple missiles. This is not terminal guidance, can track 2 targets. Oh, you can only shoot one at a time with the Hellfires? Yeah. How would you play an Armored Striker deck without helicopters? Similar to what I just did, but without all the, like, other shit I was doing, like, just focusing on the tanks. I played it before, and it's cool, but, I don't like Strikers enough to stick with it compared to this. I think the main thing with it is the budgets, and also you get the Bookers. The Bookers are really good about autocannons. Icefire says the smoke thing is based on relative elevation. Smoke is almost flat. Is it? But you still can't see them, because if it was elevation only, then they would be able to see me back, Icefire. You know? Oh yeah, that B2. Curse you, Nuke. How did they know Bannon was in this tank? Calling in the big trophy tanks early in like a wooded environment like that definitely seemed worth it though. Or just in general, like... Against an enemy armor player playing Bradleys, there was a lot of Bradley shit going on. And also, in a tank fight, the CFVs need to be way further behind the Abrams, because they were getting picked off by the Abrams too easily there. And a, like, wooded engagement like that is not good for, is not good for the Brad's toes anyways. That's where the Javs on the AMPVs would do better. But, we didn't die to the A10. Everybody popped smoke and sat still, and it worked, so that was good. Does anything but seed track radar? Would Javs track that and hit through smoke? Like, hit my radar? No. Would my radar allow me to do that through smoke? I don't know. Let's just very, very quickly test Shurad of smoke versus helicopters with radar on. Because that is very good against helicopters, if true. I wonder if you even need loss, or if the radar just makes it work. Just, like, okay, new unit. Linebacker. New unit. Lav AD. Striker Shurad. Not yet. Okay, just these two. Do a Hellfire one as well? They both need to be, I'm sure, because they need their radars. And then just give us helos. But give them no ammo so they don't shoot me. Slashers is not radar? What do you mean? Oh, also be on hold fire. Be on hold fire too. Do you know Game of Proper Test map? Yeah, I do. I just like it on a normal map better though. So you can move that here, by the way. You to here. You to here. You pretty close. And then store it on hold fire. Yeah, me too, Max. Okay, so obviously, if we just smoke, and no one has loss. Why do we have loss? Oh, sniper, okay.
Prepare to engage.
So you can engage even without the radar. As Slasher says, it's not radar. Maybe Icefire's right. Maybe it is based on elevation somehow, but the helicopters can't shoot back. That's fascinating. So it's not radar.
Ready for combat.
Just SHORADs, unlike any other unit, are allowed to draw a bead on helicopters.
Air defense at your disposal, sir.
Even without... Fucking hell. That's so interesting. Of course, healers can't shoot back, they don't have ammo. Oh, yeah, I guess I could have put their ammo on and see if they can shoot back. Yeah, good call. Be immortal. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, immediately smoke. They still can't shoot me back. It's one way, just like it was working with the Apaches. That's so interesting. What the hell? Okay, I need to move the recons around so that we're not having that problem potentially. Well, not having that, removing that from the equation, because, okay, now we know that with recon, yeah, no problem. Easy. Try follow over helis. Yeah, I can do. Hang on.
Popping smoke.
Oh, I didn't get there in time. I gotta pause.
Infiltration underway.
Bradley, ready for action. Finger on the trigger.
Seems like they still see them too, like...
Sniper team standing by.
That's beyond your optics range. That can't be you. Blowout range 2500.
Slow is smooth. Smooth is
Wait,
fast.
what? Airborne snipers only 2000 optics? No, that's not correct.
Snipers ready.
They should have 2400. Odd.
Slow is smooth.
Bit of bugs there.
Smooth is fast.
Anti-aircraft here.
Still, that is very interesting. That's very interesting. Move them further away just in case, like it is other units helping out. Come like over here. There really shouldn't be anyone interfering here. Sakara says, I think 22,000 is the most optics infantry get.
Quietly.
I really thought snipers were 2400. Maybe you're right though. Snipers are only 2k? Okay, yeah, I guess because they haven't got like vehicle thermals. Fair enough.
Smoke deployed. Weapon free.
So that's interesting. Not unless there's a bug here.
There's a gunman here.
It feels like not only can you engage, but you can see them through the smoke.
Defense here. We're combat ready.
What the hell? That's so strange. It's cool because I like anything that makes helicopter blobs worse, but it's strange. It's very strange. Michelle says, I mean, realistically, they'll be able to see them. But yeah, but what I mean is, if the SHORAD can see the helicopters should be able to see the SHORAD, yet that isn't the case. They lose sight and can't fire anymore. That's so fucking weird. And if I spot that one, can you engage? No. Yes, yes! Just the move, you just weren't quite in range, I guess. That's weird, hey. Rowan says, it's quite a simple explanation. Hey, Rowan, how you doing? Quite a simple explanation, TBH. I think which optics are used against which unit.
Right here. We're in combat.
Is smoke not perfect loss blocking? Is this realistic? Is this thermals? Is smoke not just a wall of loss, but is smoke like a forest where it's slowing down optics, but it's not totally blocking them binarily? Oh, shit! Wait. Are we implying that you can see through smoke with thermals? With high optics? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on, there's a way to test that. We're sciencing, Yeet. We're sciencing. If you take snipers and you put them like going to a wind, that's very cool, Erwin, if that's true. Surely an ult in a smoke cloud? Yeah, true. It can't be shot a loss, otherwise you can never find him inside it. Yeah, and that's how forests work, is the more forest areas, the harder it is to see through. Wait, so I would put a snipers... No, I would put a basic unit, like a truck. How you doing it, Warren, by the way? Nice to see you. MTVR, which has 1,000 optics. And I would put a... Because they have extra optics against air, that's... I never look at that. I'd put a Laras here. And then I would... Can radar see the smoke? I don't know if it was the radar in the end. I don't think so. Could I get the meme kill list? Yeah, people have been posting so many of them, it's great. What am I doing? Yeah, a smoke, so Lav M. And then put an enemy unit, and everybody can be on hold fire, or it can just be trucks. So... Truck. Then we can also have, like, something stealthy, maybe? Like a... Is Vidka? Do they fire on each other if they're both on hold fire? Probably. So you'd have to put everyone on... low health. Hang on. What is a Russian unit? Russian sniper. It's like Snipe Harry. There it is. For player 1, put ammo to 0 on everyone. You can be on hold fire.
Infiltrating.
Ignore that.
Order ready. Send mission. Smoke screen deployed.
Do that.
Cargo truck ready.
I need to have one unit not be there. Hang on. Okay.
Copy. Relocating.
Can't see.
Roger. We're on the move. Roger. Fire coordinates received. Moving out. Moving there now. Pedal to the metal. Roger. We're Oscar Mike. Already there.
Oh. Yeah, it's not like a loss blocker.
Roger.
Whoa, don't shoot.
Ain't nothing gonna
Okay, so we can see from there, but what happens if I exchange it for the truck?
Logistics ready.
I can still see it. Okay, so it doesn't work
Backpedal.
that way? Or is it because the last is spotting me?
Bathroom break.
Okay, so it doesn't make a difference here. Unless it's literally like there is a secret thermal stat.
Hey,
Doesn't make a difference against the truck.
they gave me. Bathroom break.
Though, there is a difference in optics and stealth here because I can't see the snipers,
We're on the move.
despite them being at the same range.
Good copy. Fire coordinates received.
Especially so long to DMs. Oh. Yeah, because what we were looking at is we noticed that helicopters were engaging helicopters. Sorry, Shard was explaining hitting helicopters through smoke. Javelin. You don't mind me reading this out for everyone, I assume, Yeet. If units have like a minimum sight range, they can see no matter what, but it's still affected by the stealth modifier. Maybe, yeah. Well, that would make sense, because yeah, it's like Forest, where
Ready.
there's a certain, like, it's like this is like your range no matter what, which would actually track. So it's like Forest in a can. Smoke is Forest in a can. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, it possibly says smoke is like a thicker forest. Things like javelins or terminal guidance to kind of create a balanced fire and forget behavior, but basically, if they smoke while the javelin is close enough, I can detect the target. The missile has its own optic. Per se, that leads to smoke defeating behavior. Oh, if it has a lock before losing true loss. Okay, so it can see itself. So that's interesting as well. Oh, this is why they sometimes work through smoke, but sometimes don't. Oh, there's like actually an optical seeker. So it depends how late you deploy the smoke. Oh, okay. But actually, what we were testing, Yeet, was over here. Okay, so that's interesting, though, is that, yeah, optics and stealth matters for smoke. What we were testing was this thing.
Sneaking in.
That if I smoke all these guys, we can still engage helicopters through smoke. Which was very surprising to me. Because I didn't think you could do that, but now I get why you can. Yeah, because there's a small amount of smoke that we're getting through with very powerful anti-helicopter optics, which is why we can't see the fire helicopter, which is why I set up a bunch of them at different ranges.
Air defense. Standing by.
So what that means is it doesn't matter... Doesn't matter if I have recon spotting in the back one, I won't be able to engage it. So it's not about buddy line of sight, it's about we can just see out of the smoke of our own optics. That's so interesting. Can you do that A versus choppers out of the forest rather than smoke too?
We move in silence.
I don't know, I think the forest probably isn't thick enough,
Give me a target.
Air defense.
would be my guess.
Friendly fighting vehicle reporting in.
Okay, kill all these. Yeah, smoke mortars are really good, Thomas. Smoke anything is really good.
Target confirmed.
I guess if you move forward just a little bit here, it's like coming to the edge of a forest. That's with radar off? Yeah, that's with radar off. I wonder if radar on makes a difference. Let's do one last test of that. The behavior is same, you just stealth and smoke. Oh, it possibly says I might be wrong, but the loss tool only works on static terrain. Forests and buildings doesn't work with smoke. Behavior is same, you just stealth and smoke. So smoke isn't like a thicker forest, but smoke gives you like plus stealth modifier. Because I was wondering why, like if I do this on the edge of a forest, I don't think I'd be able to get away with it as much because I feel like your stealth modifier drops as you get towards the edge. I don't know. Like I feel like I couldn't put these guys in the edge here and get away with this. I could try it, but I feel like they'd fire back. But we should try it, I guess. What was I testing here? Can't remember. I was something to do with. Oh, radar on.
Smoke screen. No ROE. Fire at will.
Radar on and see if it helps.
Snipers standing by.
Engaging hostiles. Shoot anything on sight.
No, I'm still gonna move forward to get the back one. It appears. Bumblebee says it's still block lost, but then I'm just getting a bit funny and not fully versed to explain it. So I leave it to your science from there, yeah. Basically,
Waiting command.
Shorad in smoke stealth is good. Useful when firing from forest not through smoke. I don't know, maybe, because it feels like the close one should definitely be seeing me when I fire. Like, I wonder what kind of optics the helicopter would need to hit me back, because these are the recon helicopters too. That's interesting. Also, Yeet, seeing as you're here, do you know how to do the thing? I tried it and I got a blue screen in the script editor. Do you know which node it is to do the thing? Crime says, maybe it just has a static stealth mod like any unit inside is considered like stealth plus 5. So units with more stealth would be harder to see, but units with better optics to be able to see better, maybe. That's interesting that it's not just binary though. That really changes how I engage helicopters. Before I was smoking late to try and, you know, as you do with tanks. But now I see it's completely different. Now I want to smoke like almost instantly against helicopters, and I can probably 1v1. I don't know the thing. The attach camera. I know you gave me like a little bit of. I asked you this morning. I already bothered about it at chat and DMs. I was like, how do I do the thing where I attach, like in the videos, to do the GoPro angle? But I tried doing it, and I can't get it to work for the life of me. Have you ever done it? If you haven't done it, it's fine. Just have you ever done it? Do you know how to do it? Sticking the GoPro attached angle, because I can get the attachment. But I can't make it follow the rotation of the unit. Like, I can go... Where is it? Where's Script Manager? If the missile is fired, forget you can smoke instantly. Yeah, but also if the helicopter isn't too far away. But yeah, true of Stingers. Like, what is it? I can go... Camera attach. On press. You first set the camera position, the attached camera. It keeps the camera relative to the unit based on current camera position. So yeah, you set the camera position, then attach the camera. But how do you keep it with the rotation? That was the last bit I couldn't do. Because... I gotta get out of this because I fucked it up. I don't know how to undo that. They're just going insane. Yeah, you get like scripts and shit. Because yeah, I want to make a camera. I got that much. And then I want to... Apparently you can't like rotate it like this. Like it keeps resetting. So I guess to start it, I have to put it towards, like, those snipers for some reason. But, like, I want to put it here. I want to bring it up a bit. So it's, like, there, and I can preview. Okay, so we're going to go up a bit more. Preview. Okay, so, like, that's good enough for our testing, right? Like, we're kind of getting the GoPro angle. And then that's camera 1, so I go to the script editor. And I do on key pressed. This, and I go spacebar, on key press, attach to Barbarous 1, and then I save. The MP is easier, Syrinx. The MP is easier. So if I do that quickly enough, I can get it attached at this low altitude. Profane says, create type of camera next to unit. Okay, hang on. Thank you. Because yeah, right now it works like this. I hit space, and it like attaches, but it doesn't rotate with it. Yeah, like it doesn't do the GoPro. You know what I mean? Do you know how to do the GoPro so that it like actually rotates with the vehicle? You don't want attach like attach. Okay, yeah. I want like the YouTube. Here, hang on. I'll show you again. This is exactly what I want to replicate. Don't think I can do that. Oh, shame. Yeah, hold on. When this loads. You have to do spline and path. You put it behind, you can look at the unit. Yeah, but it won't turn as the unit turns. Here's what I'm trying to replicate again. That, and then it's way more noticeable on the frog foot. Like that you could probably do with a waypoint, but this is clearly actually welded to the craft, I would guess. Or that was an insane amount of effort otherwise to get that shot. And the way it's like bouncing as well with the vehicles, like it's clearly like stuck to it. And that's what I want to get, where like it's actually like a real world camera is stuck to the vehicle and is moving with the vehicle. That was an engine not in game. Oh, shame. I wish we could do that. Oh well, thanks for telling me so I don't lose my mind trying to do it. I wish we could do that. I want that in game, man. Like I want that for editor like replays for cinematics. Like it'd be so fun in replays to be able to go GoPro mode on your units. But fuck, I want that as a feature for in match too. I'd press that button. When I'm in a forest fight, I'm like, what the fuck's going on down there? I'd go first person camera mode, third person over the shoulder camera mode. I'd love the GoPro feature. Bridget says, have you tried joining the military? What is wrong with my chatters? Why do they say this to me? Harass FLX, sure you could tell someone to do it. I just come out of nowhere. How do I approach FLX to harass him to do that? Do I like trick him by acting like I'm saying something else first? Hey FLX, what kind of sports do you like to watch? Also, can you add this fucking feature for me? Anyway, you forget the game you're playing right now? No? I like this open armor airborne deck, and I think I'm ready to play it again. But I am going to go back to the Stinger shortads. Because as cool as it is to have them helping, I usually don't want them in a tank-on-tank fight anyway. There's situations where it's useful to add more ATGM, and the range on them, too. Like, the 800 meters of range is also nice. But I generally don't want to risk them at that point, I think. Really interesting to know that you don't need the Shorad upgrade. Really, if you don't want to ever turn it on. I mean, obviously, duh, but like... Especially if I'm going Stingers, I could make them even cheaper. I think it's good to have the extra range when you need it, though. Brings this year pretty much, okay. I gotta, like... What shopping center does FLX go to, though? I can't just, like, ping FLX in the Broken Arrow Discord. That's, like, the most disgusting behavior. I need, like, a third space where he is and I am, and I can be like, oh, hey, FLX, what's going on? Also, superfluous feature. But I shouldn't be allowed to do that, because I would ask for other things, too. That's, like, the worst fucking thing. I should not be allowed to do that. Don't set this up for me. That sure had a kind of zip missiles. No, but I don't think I've ever used it for that. So we added to the other day flexes in that. Oh. Oh. I shouldn't do it. It's a slippery slope. The man has made such a wonderful game. He has led such a great design team and such a great team. He has produced and overseen and managed such a great set of people to make such a wonderful experience altogether. I should not give him more shit to do, especially not around release. But maybe one day. I think that'd be really fun in, especially in replays, if and when replays get in for this game. I think it'd be fun for cinematics, but I think it'd be really fun for, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. I'd enjoy it. True tank tab? Oh, yep, sorry, let me cancel for you. You can work one out easy. Any hotkey tips? I use 1 to 3 for my Strike Force and 7 for Combat Helos. That's how I used to do it in RTS games. Here's my tank tab. The way I do it now is I do all of my recon units on Group 1, all of my combat units on Group 2, all of my long-range combat units, like Glass Cannon Weapon Squads on 3, Supply and Logistics on 4, and Helicopters on 5, Artillery on 6, and that's usually as far as I get. Maybe, like, different kinds of helicopters on 7. So, no worries. That's everything there. And, that helps me, like, press a button and see all my units at once. I really wish I could, like, tag and label my units like that, so I didn't have to use the control groups for it, but it is useful. Where are we going? Ignalina, I guess. No, let's go somewhere different. Okay. I want a lot of features that are too sim-like for this game. But I can still say I want them. It would be cool if there was a way to, like, color code your units differently based on what they do. Like the custom colors thing expanded. Or to, like, add a little, like, icon above them, like a little gold star for all my recon units, but then I could put, like, a little, you know, silver or green shield on my tanks or something like that. I don't know.